Y'all. What's good, fellas? How's it going?
What's going on?
Oh, wow. Welcome in. I mean, But yeah, let's just do this whole official intro all proper. Like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Actual, your weekly podcast that is dedicated about the biggest in gaming news. You can find us on all major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, with a visual version of the podcast being available on youtube.com/gameractual. This podcast is also brought to you in part by the guys over at X Elements. To find out more about X Elements and what they do, which they're also at Evo, just check out the description below. Now, without further ado, I'm your host, Cash. With me tonight, we don't got Heartless, we don't got Germ. Those guys are at Evo. They're having fun. Shout outs to them. Tonight, we have Maury, one of our, esteemed co-hosts. And a friend of the show, Reaper PC. Fellas, what's good? What's poppin'? Welcome in.
I'm here not having fun at Evo.
Right? I wanted to go this year, bro. I really wanted to go. We might have another guest that will be popping in later on, guys. So stick around for that as well. But yeah, how y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah, I'm great. I'm happy to hear that Reaper would like to be at Evo, because if I were in Evo, I would be in hell. I can't play fighting games for shit. You guys watched it on stream. It was pretty abysmal, and I thank God that I'm out there.
Reaper. Maury had a hard time pulling off a Hadouken, bro.
But it's the same thing since like 92.
Yeah.
Hadouken. But I've not played
a fighting
game. I've not played a fighting game like ever outside of like Injustice.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you should.
He's one of those, Reaper. He's one of those.
You should have put him on Mortal Kombat then.
Right?
Probably. And these sick fucks made me go buy Street Fighter 6, and I was in hell for 3 hours on stream. And I mean, I looked hopeless. I was like a fish out of water, just flopping around trying to figure out how to do
Reaper,
it.
remember when I said he was supposed to play like modern? Yeah, see what I mean now?
Yeah. You know what? Should have been MK.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Your brain is just in the NetherRelm space. That's just play it the way they do. We're not converting you to
He'd be playing MK by himself though. Ain't nobody play MK over here.
Oh, I play MK.
You play MK when? When was the last time you played MK, Reaper?
Probably about a month and a half ago.
Okay.
When
was the last time you played Street Fighter, Reaper? Friday.
Yesterday.
Wow. Yesterday. See?
Wow. No, there's a difference. I'm in tournament prep mode.
Oh, okay. Defend the North. Yes. Defend the North. Yeah, which I will be at for sure in 11 days.
Wow.
If we're fighting each other, I'm gonna fight you like I don't know you.
Damn. That's a threat.
Bring it. I'm ready.
It is.
That's a threat.
Yeah. I signed up for Guilty Gear too. Guilty Gear Strive. So I don't know if Long Island has monsters, but we're gonna find out.
Well,
but
remember,
then again, there are people coming from all over. So
it's a whole tri-state you got to worry about.
Yeah. So
and I know a few people flying in because JFK is so close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heartless wanted to pop in as well. I don't know. That'd be dope if he does.
I mean, it's right there at the hotel that you would stay. It's
right there. It's like right next to the convention center. So it's right there. So you can pretty much even walk to the convention center from the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to take anything. So, but yo, guys, yes. So Joe DJ asked, are we going to talk about Nitro, which is someone who just won Guilty Gear tournament for Evo? I think who did he beat again? I don't remember because I was on my way over, so I didn't get to see the final fight. But I'm also trying to see Street Fighter. Like I should be putting it on in the background, to be honest with you guys.
How long do they go till tonight?
It ends at 12, I think, today.
Okay.
Yeah. So we won't be able to, unless you guys want to make this podcast in a semi-watch party at the end to see the Street Fighter finals. But
I can watch highlights.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch highlights, definitely. But yeah, Heartless and Germ wanted to pop into the show, but we're not sure how that's gonna work out to like show off the event because they kind of wanted to be like the guys on the ground, boots on the ground, showing off Evo. I thought that would have been dope, but they can't. They probably won't be able to because one, there's a bunch of regulations over there. I heard, and two, Reaper brought up a very interesting point, a very great point. As a matter of fact, there's too many people in one area that are trying to do the same thing, and that might be an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Small,
just a small issue. But yeah, guys, it's customary over here for us to ask you guys, what are you guys playing currently? Reaper, since you are our guest tonight, I'll start with you and then Maury.
Currently is a lot of Street Fighter 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then just to zone out with friends, some Fortnite and or Warzone. Just to, palate cleanse before diving back into Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Maury,
what about you?
Dude, beat Disco Elysium finally earlier this week. One of my favorite games of all time, and I never even beat it. Beat it earlier this week, which was awesome. But the real excitement that I've had playing a game this week has been my time in the Concord beta. I am sitting at 30 hours.
Damn.
Yeah. And holy shit, it's awesome. The internet is wild. There's a lot of interesting opinions about it. I have a lot of positive things to say. I do have some critiques, but I believe that it ends tonight. If you've not given it a try, it's free to play. It's an open beta. You don't have to purchase anything, pre-order anything. Just give it a shot. It's a great time. When you get in there and you feel it, you hear the sound design, there's something that happens that's really, really impressive. So I really love what Firewalk's up to, and that's been my big title I've been playing this week.
We've been meaning to try to meet up, but our schedules are kind of crazy, and plus my PlayStation is not even freaking working. I'm not sure if it's the HDMI cable. I don't know. Or it's the PlayStation 5, bro. I'm not really sure.
Yikes! Well,
So
we gotta get that figured out.
But I don't use it. That's the problem, Reaper.
Yeah,
I don't play.
Doesn't mean you didn't break it.
I was about to say, Cash, I'll tell you what happened. One of your 25 kids came in and knocked it over and put it back up.
Shut up. So now you're taking from Heartless.
I have to. He's not here. I have to bring him here in spirit. Come on.
Keep the spirit alive. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, bro. So games that got released. We got a stacked list of games that got released this week, but Maury, I'll let you talk more about that. I guess you can breeze through a few of them and kind of just give people some snippets of what to expect. Because I know there's a few big ones that came out that a lot of people are probably looking forward to. Some controversial, some not really. So, and then there's this one game, Initsugami, that a lot of people were kind of excited about from Capcom. Which, guess who just hopped in here? Ladies and gentlemen, Trez is here.
What's going on, guys?
Let's go.
Sorry, I'm late.
No, you good. You good. You got here. We're still into the games that got released this week, so you didn't miss anything.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Trez. Why have you been staying away from me, man? Come on, dude.
I'm sorry, I've been busy.
Dude, we've missed you, man. It's great to have you.
I need to hear all about your Doom Eternal escapades.
Oh, we're gonna do it literally once we get off. But Trez, is it okay if I ask you a question off the rip?
Of course,
dude. What have you been playing this week?
Oh, that's a good question.
I have been playing. So I jumped back into The Witcher 3. I beat it, and then I beat the first DLC, Hearts of Stone, and now I'm playing the second DLC, Blood and Wine. Yeah. And then outside of that, I got Hades 2 on my Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I realized that I never beat Hades 1. So I played it for a little bit, and then I was like, I should probably beat Hades 1 before I jump into Hades 2. So I've been playing, and I started Hades 1 on my Switch, so I had to start from scratch playing the first Hades. So I've been playing that. And you guys are going to hate me for this last one, but it was free.
Suicide Squad Killer Justice League.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Justice League.
You wouldn't.
Because it was free.
Oh my God, this monster.
Yeah,
get him out.
He said it.
I need to know what happens. I've played through all of the Arkham games.
I know, right?
Wow.
Have you beaten it?
Where's the disconnect?
We should play together.
Here.
Right.
It was free.
It was free.
Yeah.
It's free. It was
I
free
didn't
on
spend
Prime.
any money on it.
but your
Right.
time isn't.
That is true.
This
You got
is
Hades
accurate.
1 to beat. You got Hades
But I've
2.
played through some bad games before too.
Yeah.
Just because of lore.
I wanna see how the Rocksteady Batman Arkham games end. You know, like I
Isn't
want
that what YouTube recaps are for?
Yeah, I need to experience it firsthand though.
Mm.
I get it.
I know.
You're a braver soul than I.
I don't hear it's good either. I heard it's bad. Like I've
Yeah.
heard nothing good about it, but I like punishing myself. So
Sure.
Oh, that's a different kind
Trust
of show.
me. Trust me. You're
Yeah.
in for quite the treat. And again, this is someone who beat the game in like 2 days.
Wow.
oh, you did beat it, Cash.
2 days.
Wow.
2 days. 2 days.
Okay,
Dude, so here's the thing.
And I played it on the hardest difficulty.
No.
And I didn't upgrade a gun once.
Oh my god.
What
You
does
just
that
wanted
say?
Yeah,
I'm not the greatest gamer in the world, guys. And that's not what I'm saying.
I will say it is pretty easy from like what I've been playing
Exactly.
so far. Like
I died
it seems
once.
easy. I just
in
want to
my
play
entire
through it for
run.
the story. I'm disappointed in it. Like I'm not getting that much joy out of it. I feel like
No.
it's something I just need to do because I started and I need to finish.
I think if you shut your brain off and play that game, you might have fun. It's that kind of game. That's the only way you're gonna enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Dude,
Shut your brain off.
That's so interesting because I got to be honest, as someone who doesn't have a PC, even though it was free this week, obviously I couldn't take advantage of that. And so
Mhm.
I keep trying to find a copy for like, dude, I've justified it at $20 because I have to see how bad this game is.
I almost bought it when it was $20 on Steam not too
Dude.
long ago. And
Yeah.
I have a buddy that I'm actually playing with. And we're
Mhm.
because when it came out and it got like it bombed and whatnot, we were like, all right, we're not getting it for $70 or whatever. And I was like, when
Yeah.
it's $20, I feel like we can buy it. And then it came $20 and I was like, is it time? And he goes, hell no.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And I'm like, fair. I'm like, okay, $10 maybe we can justify. And then like 2 weeks ago, they were like, it's gonna be free. So I was
Wow.
like, now's our chance to get it.
Right.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, shout outs to Bello Legends. He and I were the ones who played together, bro. Bro, I still don't get. I'm still trying to understand killing Superman with kryptonite bullets.
I haven't gotten there
So-
yet. Don't ruin
Oh.
things for me.
But no, but either way, it's. I'm not even. That's not what happens. That's not what happens. That's not what happens, Trez.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they attempted to do that. How does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they've done it before in DC lore. There've been comics. They shoot him a kryptonite bullet. It gets stuck in
Yeah,
there.
when he didn't expect. Yeah, when he doesn't expect it.
Yeah.
But not when you're up like front and center, face to face with Superman, with
Yeah,
guns pointing at him.
Yeah. That's not real. That's insane. Yeah. I mean,
Bro,
Wait,
that man
yeah.
can take just one swipe and everybody's dead.
but like,
Everyone.
but it's like, I don't know. It's like, what do you do? Like, do you do a stealth mission where you try to kill Superman? Like where you have to sneak up behind him? Like, I think that shit sucks too. So I think you're just at a loss.
He can hear like from across the globe.
Yeah.
You
I
are
don't think-
not sneaking up on Superman.
No.
There-
See, this game was not thought through. It just
I
wasn't.
will say that there are elements of like a game that could have been good in this
Mhm.
game. Like there are parts where it's like
How far are you? I want to know. don't wanna spoil
I
anything.
just got past where like what was it, the alpha or whatever, where
Mhm.
like you meet up with Green Lantern and he sticks like the 2 tanks on you.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm talking about? Like that's
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I'm at.
Okay. So I'm not gonna say anything.
There are elements of the game where I could feel like Rocksteady wanted to make a completely different game, and it's like, and it the whole gameplay kind of like shifts into something like the first time you meet Batman when you're in this like kind of stealthy, almost like survival horror type mission.
Did you see the Bat? So you played the Batman section.
Just the first part where
I think that was inventive.
takes the
I actually
Flash.
like that.
The
That's the
Flash.
only right spot in that entire game.
yeah, because it's like, oh, it's a different game now, and you have to kind of like hide from Batman.
Mhm.
That I feel like was probably in the initial build out of the game, and then
Mhm.
I feel like WB was like, no, we want a live service game, and like pushed this on them.
Right.
Because I don't think the story is terrible and the cutscenes aren't terrible.
Mhm.
But then you could see how I'm assuming
Devolved.
Rocksteady
It devolved.
yeah
into
had to
something.
give up a bunch and was just like, and then WB took over and pushed this live service game on them, and it became a completely different game.
Mhm.
So yeah, and now like who knows, like Rocksteady probably, who knows if they're going to be a studio. in,
I
like,
don't think they're gonna.
a few
I'm
years.
sorry. I think after these 2 DLCs get released, these 2 new season, I think Mrs. Freeze. Yes.
yeah. Can we talk about how? Sorry, can we talk about how like WB hates money. Like,
bro.
why the
Bro.
hell are you releasing Mrs. Freeze on
Mrs.
top of like
What? Where's Killer Frost? I asked that question
Thank
last
you.
week.
That's a great
That's what
question.
I said. But
That's a
it's
great
also
question.
like if you don't want to be a target for, I think I talked about this the last time I came on. But like,
Mhm.
I don't give a shit about if you want to make your game like quote unquote woke or whatever. But like, if you don't want to be a target for these people that do create controversy around that type of shit, why the
Mhm.
hell? And your game is already
You're playing into
in
it.
the depths of like not
You're
making any
playing
money.
into it.
Why the hell would you release Mrs. Freeze? Like it just doesn't
Because
make
they
any
want to
sense.
sell Mrs. Freeze merch.
But who?
But
No
listen-
one's gonna buy that.
But
You have
Reaper,
to-
I get what you're saying.
They-
I get what you're saying.
I
But
do,
the
I do.
thing is, they're already established. Why gender bend the character?
Because the suits don't care. They threw things into a generator that says these things make money, do thing X, Y, and Z. They're trending.
Mhm.
And we're going to make toys. We're going to put out a comic book. We're going to do a short someplace. And we're going to make money off of this. There's no study against actual groups of people. There's no actually understanding your audience. It's all about corporate bottom lines, what's trending on a graph. Do that thing.
Yeah, and even
I
if it's negative,
Completely
Mhm.
understand that, but I
Yeah.
feel like this decision
yeah,
is not what's gonna make them money. Like
They-
I feel
no.
like they're already not making money, and this decision
Oh.
is just gonna, unless they're looking for the controversy to like make
Yeah,
it
but
trend
it's
more.
it's
That's
clearly
the
not
only way
helping.
I can see.
That,
Clearly
no,
not helping.
Which is
though.
it doesn't make any sense to me.
no, that's the actuality. You're looking at it as someone who knows the content and what works.
Mhm.
The suits at WB for all of their properties, this goes across everything. Don't look at anything from that point of view. Everything's a chart and a graph. They look.
I
at
should
bits and
look when it
pieces
was
and
free.
It
make
makes
money.
sense.
And you have to
I should
wonder,
look.
like,
As
Go
someone
ahead.
who's a Mortal Kombat fan, who I've
Mhm.
seen what they've done with the series, like yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's actually something we're gonna touch on later on in the show as well.
there
but-
is some, yeah.
What I find interesting is that shit. I lost my train of thought. We were talking about
Killer Frost, Mr.
Killer
Frost,
Freeze,
all that.
Warner Brothers F ups.
Yeah,
Warner
right.
Brothers.
So they have this idea of wanting to pursue, like, every game moving forward is potentially going to be a live service game. The next Harry Potter game, they did say, well,
Yeah.
you know, Suicide Squad did Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League did so poorly, but I think the industry probably just wasn't ready for it. So we're gonna go full force into into live service games, and the next Harry Potter game will probably be a live service. I'm like, wait, what? How does
Yeah,
that
They're
make sense?
just out of touch with. It's
But
that
you can-
Principal
you-
Skinner meme.
You can see why they
Say-
did it, right?
Is it the children? No, or is
What?
it me? No, it's the children.
Can you see why they did it?
No.
Okay, their gaming contemporaries are making gangbusters with live service games, so it's a market they want to be in. Their
Mhm.
last Harry Potter game did gangbusters.
But it wasn't live service.
But they don't see it that way. This thing made money and this thing made money. Put the two things that made money together,
Mhm.
and it should make more money. That's how those suits who don't understand their content operate. It's
Last
like
week
the
we
first.
checked.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Reaper. My bad.
It's like watching Marvel in the 90s where they were just selling off all their different properties
Mhm.
Yeah.
because they didn't know what was going on. But
Yeah,
having known employees who
Mhm.
worked at Marvel overhearing the meetings, it was a bunch of suits saying, and I'm not going to trigger anyone, I'm quoting quotes from Marvel execs in meetings. Here's their thinking from suits just worried about their stock price. It's a bunch of fat, sweaty nerd virgins. They'll buy
I heard that
anything we
before.
put out.
I've heard that before as well.
Yeah.
I've heard that from other content creators as well.
This was somebody who used to work at Marvel during the 90s when things were going bad.
Mm,
Doesn't work there anymore because they downsized because, well,
right.
Marvel during the 90s.
Marvel almost went bankrupt in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
That's why I had to sell off all their
that's the-
properties.
And that's the
That's how-
WB mindset.
But they're killing.
Yeah.
They don't have any reverence for any of their material, any of their IPs. They don't give a shit. They really don't. And last week when we checked, Suicide Squad Killer Justice League, the player base, the Steam player base was sub 500, and
Is
in
that-
24 hours it was 600.
Oh, that was probably after it went free.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
definitely after.
No. When it went free, I don't know what it was when it went free though. That's the other thing. I'm not sure, but it probably spiked to like 1,000. I'm assuming, because a lot of people went to try it out now that it was free. But I don't think it was a large margin of players that went up to check out the game. I should check. Let's double check. Let's just see what that looks like right now.
Yeah, I was just going there.
And I'll jump in on the conversation just around the game and like the choices that they've made. You have to wonder if this was a game that Rocksteady was passionate about making, which they weren't, because they are not a company that makes live service titles, right? You have to wonder how much better the writing would have been. So many of the top Rocksteady execs left in the middle of this game's production because that's not what they wanted to make. And so what you have is you have a bunch of people being put in by suits that don't understand these characters, that don't understand this world, that don't understand that the way that they kill Batman in this game is abysmal and disrespectful to what they did with the character. I think that when you look at a lot of the arguments around, like surrounding the game, like I wonder in a world where this game was well written, not live service, and not a total piece of garbage, I think Killer Frost is a way better option than Miss Freeze. But they had fucking Joker and they fucked up Joker. The Joker DLC, like his character was poorly written too.
He was on what did they use? He was not confident. He was a Joker that hasn't found himself yet. He's not confident in who he is. Like who the fuck wants to see a low self-esteem Joker? Like who showed up? Who's coming to see a low self-esteem Joker?
You know why? You know why you have a low self-esteem Joker?
What?
The last two Joker movies were.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And that's what's so disappointing.
But that doesn't work for video games though.
No.
If you're trying to make money in salvage though, like I get the Joker because he's a popular character. Like, why aren't we getting Deathstroke in the season 2?
Right.
Like, that seems like a no-brainer.
But if he's written like shit and the game plays like shit, does it help it? Does it help it at all?
No, it's not. But does Mrs. Freeze help it?
Not at all. But that's the thing. I think that they planned. I mean, you got to figure all these DLCs were already put together before the game ever came out.
Probably.
So it's like, so there was no time to like course correct or anything like that. Like Deathstroke is probably, I mean, just statistically is a far more popular character in the comics than Miss Freeze. But regardless, it's like if the gameplay is shit, if the gameplay mechanics are shit, if the writing is shit, if the story is shit, if the game has been shit and will be shit for the rest of time, I don't know if any character could have saved this game. I think the game was just shit.
Yeah, because they have the lore craft like in months, even years in advance, right? They got to find out that roadmap.
Do you know the reason why? Like, do you know the reason why it's Miss Freeze right now? The reason why it's Miss Freeze in this expansion is because originally with their timeline of when they were going to release, this was going to be wintertime. So if it was supposed to be summer of last year. So by this point, we would have been in the winter time. That's why Miss Freeze and the Frost shit was the pick. So like this shit was planned out years ago, and it's shit. And the game sucks because Rocksteady is no longer Rocksteady. It's like the ship of Theseus. How many boards can you remove and replace until it is no longer the same ship? Rocksteady's not Rocksteady. They're gonna wrap up this director's cut of Hogwarts Legacy, and you're never gonna see shit from them again. They're going.
That's the crazy part as well. They're making a director's cut of a game that they didn't develop.
Yeah, not great, not promising. Never a promising look. That means you're on the way out the door. We're finishing up the fiscal year. We're gonna get everything we can out of you, and then we're kicking you to the curb. So yeah.
Yikes.
But we have a new chatter in here. Mercy Thighs for Days.
Mercy Thighs for Days is horny as hell. You need to go to horny jail. Bonk.
Oh, really? You know who that is?
Mercy from Overwatch, brother. Mercy Thighs for Days.
Mercy Thighs for Days.
Lock his ass up.
Never mind. Wake up.
Never mind. Right. All right. WB doesn't know WTF what they're doing with their gaming division. NRS is failing hard still. No apologies for Melania. Melania's season Halo show should have been canceled after season 1 because it wasn't. Halo and Fallout deserves the nominees.
We're going to talk about like 2 of those things.
I was going to say, I think that's a lot of information. That's a lot of different topics all pulled together.
No, I think it's the title because the title of the podcast says that. That's why. It's
okay.
That's why. But yeah, for a second I was like, wait a minute. But then I got it. It's the title of the podcast. That's why.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, like I don't know what WB is gonna do, bro. But like majority of the shit they put out is failing. Outside of Hogwarts, I feel Hogwarts is the best thing they've ever done in like years, bro. Outside of like the Arkham series,
Mortal Kombat's doing fine.
You think?
Well,
yeah.
Well,
what do you think about Evo signups? Mortal Kombat What was the Evo sign up number? I don't even know.
That
A lot of
I
people.
can't tell you. I have no idea.
It was a very low number last time I checked.
I have to say this real quick because as disappointing as the WB shit is, nothing makes me happier than to hear that Trez is playing Hades. Hades is in my top 3 games of all time. I have a
Really?
Oh, dude, I have like a lithograph, like a 32-inch by 24-inch lithograph. I paid too much money for it of a Hades still up on my wall. I have the Hades desk like as a desk mat
What?
right down.
Hell?
Dude, I'm a Hades glazer, bro. So like I'm so happy to hear that you're playing. That's awesome. It's
Yeah,
so good.
I do like it. It's like it's become my my like before bedtime. Like I'll just
Oh,
grab my
yeah.
Steam Deck and I'll like lay down in bed and
Mhm.
I'll like do a run, and then as soon as I die, I'm like, okay, time to go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
That, and then like I commute into, I live in New Jersey. I commute into New York City one day a week. So that's like, it's also like my commuting game. So yeah, that's usually when I play it, but it is great. I do like it. I'm
That's awesome.
excited to beat it. I just want to beat it so I can play the second one.
So
Mm.
so I'm going to give you like one little spoiler. Have you not Well, it's not a spoiler at all. Have you not beaten the final boss yet?
No, the
No.
furthest I've gotten, like before I picked it up again, was I got, I think, 2 Cerberus,
Oh, wow.
and died, and then like and then for whatever reason I stopped playing. I got sidetracked or whatever, and yeah, now I'm like, working my way up again. So
So to give you a little context, you have to beat the final boss. Like you have to go all the way through and beat him 10 times to get the full story.
I have heard.
Oh,
Wait,
oh,
what now?
Oh yeah. Once you beat the final boss, that's not the end of the story. Like the end of the story takes place over the next like 10 times you fight the final boss, and that is what gives you the context to what happens in Hades 2. Like, and it's good story. It's not like end game shit. Like it's part of the main story.
That
It's
is
awesome.
some 90s game design shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's so good. They're
That's
so
crazy.
like, dude, that game is so complete. Like you get so much time out of that
Hold on, let me
title.
check my Steam library, see if I
Come on. Come on, baby.
Uh,
Yes. Come on, Reaper.
Reaper
Right.
sound like he found his new challenge.
Dude, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Have a Nice Death is very similar to that as well, but it's a side scroller. You guys should
Okay.
check that out. Have a Nice Death is actually pretty good. You play Death. He's he's the head of like a Grim Reaping like company and all that shit, and you gotta figure out, like, I guess there's shit happening in the company that you need to figure out. It's pretty cool. I like it.
Interesting.
So you every time you die, the level changes. So it's very similar to Hades in that regard as well.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
don't own Hades. Okay. Next
Come on,
Steam
Reaper.
sale. Next
Yeah,
Steam
baby.
sale,
yeah,
I
wait for the
got it.
next Steam sale. It'll probably be like $12 or something. I can't remember how much I bought it for.
Probably $20. Get everything from that publisher.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Back to the games that got released this week. Maury, what games? Oh, I didn't tell you guys what I'm playing. Can you guys guess?
No.
No,
Hold on. Oh, I know what it is. It's Breath of the Wild. This fucking sweat.
no, I'm not.
Yeah. What do you
No,
mean
I'm
you're
not.
not? Did you
No, I'm
beat
not.
Breath?
No, I'm lying. I'm still playing it.
How are
This
you
guy.
far?
This guy.
I've just been like grinding. I found so many armors, bro, because I've just been just like exploring the entire like map. I found so many of them. It's insane. Yo, this game,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It's huge.
I remember
yeah.
I had a hard time fighting like the Lionels, and now I just like steamroll them, bro.
Oh yeah.
Steamroll
yeah.
them.
God. What an
I'm like,
amazing
oh, you want to
game.
fight? Yeah, and I don't even like dodge them anymore. I just parry, because I realize when I dodge, it breaks your it breaks your weapon faster than the usual. So I usually just, there we go.
God. I love
That's
Zelda.
thing though. That Tears of the Kingdom though, right?
It is.
How do I know that? The blue hand.
Yes. You'll find out what that is. Hopefully soon. I don't know. Take your time in Breath, dude. It's awesome.
Oh, I'm taking.
Yeah.
Oh,
take the
this is
time. I'm
okay.
enjoying
Yeah, so this
everything.
is your first time playing Breath of the Wild.
Yes, and this
Yeah.
is my third attempt, Trez. So I've had the
attempt.
game for about 5 years.
What happens? You just like lose. Just
No, the first few attempts, I just couldn't get into the game, and then
okay.
my kids were home for the summer, and I popped the game in because it was like the most kid friendly game I had. I was
Yeah.
like playing it. I was like, all right, and they started to like cozy up next to me and watch me play the game.
Okay.
And then between that point and now, I got hooked. I was like, I can't stop playing this game.
Did you awaken any of the
Yes, only Vatu.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Tough.
I only got Vatu, but I'm going to fight what's the camel, the giant camel? I can't remember his name right now.
Okay, in the desert.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know. I don't know the name, but yeah, I know what
Can't
you're
remember
talking
his
about.
name. Is that Naboris? No, Naboris is the flying one. No, Naboris is
I
that
couldn't
one,
tell you
right?
the names. I
Yeah.
forgot. It's been so
But
long.
yeah,
Old girl's gonna
I
help you out.
yeah, and I fought the Yiga clan boss. He's pretty
Okay.
simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
pretty simple because all you need to do is just freeze the thing that he throws. Just freeze that shit or throw it back to him. Like, hey, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the game's a lot of fun, bro. Lore wise, bro, I even start doing like lore dumps of the game. I've watched over about 8 hours of videos now about Zelda. I've learned
Are you
so
okay?
much.
Are you okay?
Bro, I don't know. I got super invested, so I wanted to learn more, and I came to find out that they're basically reincarnations every single time. Every time you play a Zelda
Yes.
game,
Yes.
it's just a It's the same characters, but they're just being reincarnated over and over again. And I
Yep.
was like, yo, that's actually pretty freaking interesting. I didn't know that because I thought it was just like one continuous lore. So I'm like, yo, is this chick is like Zelda the next Princess Peach or something? Like she's always getting kidnapped by Ganon or she's fighting Ganon or something with Ganon, bro. But then come to find out, it's a curse. Like the
Yes.
first Ganon placed a curse on all three of them and said, listen, until I kill you two, mother, we're gonna keep coming back and we're gonna keep fighting until I do.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what's been happening. So
Dude,
I like it. The story's
Dude,
dope.
I'm so mad because for me, Zelda, my introduction was Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but I never was into the older games. Like, just never got
Neither was
into 'em.
I.
Dude.
Mhm.
And like the one game, the Zelda games I did play growing up were the Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Train, the DS games. And I've always wanted to play Wind Waker. I refuse to buy a Wii U. Please, Nintendo, release Wind Waker HD on Nintendo Switch. What the fuck are you doing? I'll give you all my money.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, brother? I'll give you $70 for a 20-year-old game. Just help me out.
Also, Wind Waker, that wasn't actually Link either. That character is not Link.
What do you mean that's
Fun
not
fact.
Link?
That character is not Link.
Who the hell is he? He's called Toon Link in Smash.
Yo, no, he's just another guy. A random
No.
guy. He's not Link.
No way. No way.
He's not Link.
Wow.
When I saw that, I was like, oh shit.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, but yeah.
multiversal nonsense going on
There's
there.
a lot happened.
Yeah.
Yo, there's even time travel in Zelda Reaper.
Look,
Link gets sent back in time because he missed 7 years of his life. So they sent him back when he was a kid. That's how we got.
The Zelda timeline is
It's
all
all
over
over
the
the place.
This
But
is-
it's also,
okay.
but
I
it's
haven't
very continuous though. Like everything blends into each other. It makes sense. Like,
I haven't played
after
a
you do the
Zelda
research.
since NES.
damn,
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow. Oh, wow.
damn. Breath of the Wild is amazing though, Reaper. Like,
original NES. Really?
Yes.
yeah.
No, not even Link to the Past.
None.
That's
Wow.
And it was
shocking.
and it wasn't my NES. I was at a friend's house.
That's the thing.
Played
I played Zelda back in the day, but it was not my game. It was either a cousin's console or a friend's console, and that's how I got exposed to Zelda. So I was never like super invested in Zelda. But bro, Breath of the Wild changed that for me, bro. Real talk.
Guys, I'm
Yeah.
gonna pop off for 1 second and I'll be back in like 20 seconds.
All
I
right,
love
cool.
it.
All right. But yeah. Maury, games that got released this week. What are
Let's
they?
do it. Yeah. So it was a big week. We're gonna just go through a couple of the highlighted games this week. Darkest Dungeon 2 released this week on the PS5, PS4, and Switch. That was July 15th, and it's a turn-based RPG roguelite, if that speaks to you at all. Something that I'm sure someone is excited about. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate launched on the Switch on July 17th. It's a roguelike action game with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Very fun.
Mhm.
You can play with your friends. It's co-op. And then we also had Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, which released on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC on July 18th. And that's an open world RPG. I think, Cash, we tried to play it that one
Yeah,
day.
we played it.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it. It kind of reminds me of Witcher in some respect. Like it's very like aesthetically, it looks very similar to Witcher. And something else. I can't place the game currently, but it does
Sure.
remind me of a few different games that I actually like. And I think the story is pretty interesting. There's a mystery that I'm looking forward to like figuring out what's going on in this whole story.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I need to look into reviews to see if it's something I want to purchase. But yeah. So we had
You have Game
Flintlock.
Pass? Do you have Game Pass?
Oh yeah,
It's free with Game
absolutely.
Pass.
You're lying.
It's on Game Pass, yeah.
You want to know what else is nuts?
Kinutsugami is also on Game Pass day one.
Really?
Yeah, those two games are on Game Pass right now.
Best deal in gaming, baby. I'll tell you what. Something else exciting about Game Pass is that right now, another game that came out this week, EA Sports College Football 25, which came out for the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, came out on July 19th. If you have Game Pass, you get a 10-hour trial of the game.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable.
That's incredible.
Yeah, like
That's dope.
PlayStation's trials are never more than 3 hours, and Game Pass is giving you 10. So I still need to check it out. The guys on Spotlight were geeked about this title, and so I need to give it the time. All my friends are playing it. They're all like sports nerds, so you know. But yeah, if that speaks to you, that came out this week. And also, Kinutsugami, Path of the Goddess. Yes, sir, I got it, baby. PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC, which launched on July 19th. A 3D action strategy title from Capcom. I don't know much about the game. Have you guys heard anything? Do you guys have any opinion?
I did. It was showed at the Capcom showcase, which wasn't really a showcase.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the last game they showed off. The game looks interesting. What does it remind me of? I think it reminds me of Monster Hunter. It kind of looks like Monster Hunter, but it's just like the protagonist doesn't have a face. I can't make out what that character looks like. I could probably pull up a video on stream. So for those who want to see what we're talking about, you can either search for the video or just go check out the podcast. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. But yeah, it looks very interesting to me. I don't think it's really my cup of tea per se. I don't know if you guys would be interested.
Yeah, this looks
in
like
playing
nothing
it.
I would normally play.
Right, but it looks cool. That's all I could give it. That's pretty much what I
Looks
could give it.
cool. Best review ever.
It's
Yeah.
on stream right now.
Dude, do you feel really convicted to go out and buy this game, chat? If you do, let us know. No shot. No shot. It looks cool. Yeah, I don't know.
It looks
I don't
cool.
know.
And I feel like Capcom did a poor job at selling it.
Yeah, I mean, again, that showcase was pretty abysmal.
Like I like the environment, bro, and the atmosphere, but 'cause it looks very creepy. And apparently you're gonna be using light to your advantage and the darkness or some stuff like that. So who knows? Is it a mask? I don't know if this person's wearing a mask or are they some kind of like demon? Like I don't know, bro. I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
It's a helmet, judging by the back of the head.
Chat, vibe check. Is this a 1 as a must play or 2? Nah, we're not feeling it. I'll extend that to you guys.
I wouldn't call it a must play, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
The
know.
graphics look cool. It looks like it's probably a JRPG, which is not my favorite.
Yeah, Dribble's at a 1.5. I'm just at a
1.5. How does that? What does that mean?
It's like in the
yes
middle.
and no.
Yeah, like
Slightly no.
maybe not a must play, but definitely not like a piece of dog shit. Something in the middle. I
Is that a
guess.
1.5 out of 5?
It looks like there's like gigantic monsters that you fight as well.
I'm gonna co-sign on it. It's very JRPG reminiscent.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know though. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea at all. I'm not looking forward to that.
Was that being released on Microsoft platforms in that video?
Yeah,
that's what I look
want
like.
on Game Pass.
Yeah, they wanted more Japanese like content after closing a Japanese studio.
Reaper, I don't want to talk about how mad that made me. Reaper, don't get me started. Reaper, we have to move forward. We have to move forward, brother. We have to go on. Christ.
But yeah.
You know, I think I missed it because I popped off. One thing I am excited for though is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate.
Yes, because it's a roguelike, and it's a multiplayer roguelike, which is
I'll be probably getting it on Steam though, which isn't coming out until like December. But
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately,
You
I think
sure?
it's already out on Switch. If
it's
I'm not
out on Switch.
mistaken.
Yeah,
And I think it's also on iPhone.
On
think it was on
iPhone
iPhone.
and Switch at the same time.
Yeah, it was on iPhone first, I think. If I'm not mistaken, this came out on iPhone first. It was an iPhone game first. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Splintered Fate.
According to this, Splintered Fate. Google, are you okay? Why are you? It says it's already out on. No,
Yeah, it's
I'm
I'm
already
getting two
out on
different
Apple.
answers.
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause
the
there's-
Apple it came out what 2023.
See? So it's already been out.
2023. It's been out on iPhone for 2 years.
Yeah.
My enthusiasm about this game is suddenly plummeting.
And PC's getting it Q4 2024.
Yeah.
I'm gonna add it to my wish list now.
But it looks I still like it though. It looks good. But the fact that it's been on iPhone for, quite some time.
Well, there's some money behind that because Apple had a big with I think their M2 chips.
Mhm.
They had a big gaming push, so they threw a lot of money at different publishers to get games on their
First.
platforms to kind of show off that they can now, play games with the rest of everyone. Until they get bored with that initiative and they realize that most of their audience outside of freebie mobile games don't play games on their platforms. But
I
they'll
think you'll
realize
see a bump in the younger generations if they get the if you get like one of those controllers that like hooks into
Latch
your
on.
phone.
Like
And
the
his phones
jawbone? No,
his
the
phones continue
backbone.
to get better. Like I
Mhm.
could definitely see that being something for kids who like don't have a console or just play on their phone. I don't think it's close to being there yet, but I give it, 5-10 years, I can see that being a thing.
Probably sooner.
Yeah, they've been trying it. Every like 3 or 4 years they try another gaming initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Maury, anything else for us?
Game Pass going to like cloud too.
That's it. No DLCs or expansions this week, so that's kind of it.
Yeah. All right. So, one of the biggest things, which I'm glad you're actually here for this one, Trez. And this is being reported by GameDeveloper.com. Mortal Kombat developer NetherRelm is conducting layoffs. Now, this report is also coming from Chris Kerr of that website. Multiple former NetherRealm employees have claimed that the studio's entire mobile team has been laid off. Damn, I didn't know that. As spotted by TechRaptor, former NetherRealm QA analyst Tony Lazara shared the news on LinkedIn and claimed a ton of very talented people were put out of work. We had live service on multiple titles such as Mortal Kombat Mobile, Injustice 2, and Mortal Kombat Onslaught. I never played any one of those. I didn't even know Injustice 2 had a mobile game,
I
to
did.
be honest with you.
It was rough. It was rough. Yeah.
Yeah. I was also affected. Every single person I've worked with on that team is an amazing collaborator, passionate and very creative, he wrote. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on this entire situation? Reaper will go with you, then Trez, and then Maury.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
They tried to really lay heavy, and this is Warner Brothers. They went to NetherRealms because their games are popular, right?
Mhm.
Even with casuals. Hey, take your properties, put them on mobile. Should sell gangbusters. Except the games they chose they don't lend themselves well to that format. And I know some people who've played the Mortal Kombat game. I've even seen some people who stream it, and watching it, it's Mortal Kombat with a bunch of quick time events.
Oh, really?
Like swipe up to do an uppercut, swipe down to do an overhead kick. It's not something, at least from someone watching it, that draws you in. But the people who did get hooked, the few of them, they got hooked. But now here comes the Warner Brothers thing. Okay, we have these mobile games out there. We have to support them. Where's our ROI?
Yeah, because they're not making money from it. Are they selling because they're not selling skins? They're not doing anything. There's no monetization, is there?
No, there's monetization.
There's monetization. Yeah.
There?
But they're probably looking at King, and they're probably looking at Facebook games that got ported over. They're looking at those and like, hey, they made this much.
Why
we
are
want to
not?
make that much, or we're not successful. and they pick very niche titles.
Mhm.
They're all
Yeah, 'cause
niche.
Mortal Kombat, I think, kind of makes sense, but like Injustice, I don't think Injustice had that big of a. But I think they're also leaning more on the DC fan base as opposed to NetherRealm fan base, and thought that would be, you know, the more appealing title to put on mobile. Trez, what do you think?
So yeah, I think Injustice 2 had actually been like released on mobile when Injustice 2 got like that's how long it's been
Yeah.
active.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then Mortal Kombat Mobile actually was it Mortal Kombat? I don't remember if it was
I think
X
it
or if
came
was
out with
11. I think it
11.
was
I
11.
think 11.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Came out with 11, still kept going, and then they released Onslaught, and Onslaught was like this story based. I could go on a whole rant about why I dislike Mortal Kombat Onslaught. I'll keep it short though. They tried to fit in more lore between
Mhm.
I believe between 11 and 1, and that was what Onslaught was supposed to be. So they do have like actual like 5-minute cut scenes that happen in these mobile games.
Mhm.
Um I have no ambition to play that game. Like I'm not a mobile gamer. It destroys my phone battery. To echo what Reaper was saying, like, yeah, it's like swipe up. It's a lot of like quick tapping, like just
Really?
I'm not spending my time to do that. So I never got into it. I did download it. Like I checked it out real quick. I think you get a free skin if you download it or something. So I did that. But like I'm not engaged enough to continue and play that game. So yeah, so this is really what it is it's these games just aren't making money and they need to cut they need to abandon ship on these mobile games, and it's just more of what we're seeing with WB where like WB with their games they're no longer like an innovator or anyone that's looking to like
Mhm.
what they did with Batman Arkham or stuff like that. Like that WB is gone. Now all they
Mhm.
do is just follow what's trendy and follow what's going on
Just
and
farm their IPs.
yeah, just try and like squeeze money out of the IPs that they have. I mean, they did hit gold with Hogwarts, I think, and I'm not really a Harry Potter fan, but everyone who I know that did play that game said that
Game's
it was
amazing.
awesome.
Game's
Yeah.
amazing.
So there's that, but like even I'm very disappointed in the latest Mortal Kombat game in terms of a like lore perspective. I think the
Mhm.
gameplay was fine, but I think it could have been done better. I think, yeah.
Why do you think it's so poorly received by fans?
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, yeah.
Um, they changed a lot. I mean, I can tell you why I dislike it. I've followed MK Lord since like '92, so
Mm.
for them to like completely change things around, I think the guy they have lead writing it doesn't know anything about the old games, and I just think that like it felt to me like he made this change so that he could do whatever he wanted with the lore and not have to face consequences of like butchering characters.
Oh. Mm.
But there's also just a ton of like plot holes and like of explaining how certain people got their powers and like a lot of things they do spend time on explaining like don't need to be explained. Um, so that's those are my gripes with it. I just don't like the direction it's going in. And I do think they are kind of trying to cater to a younger audience. So maybe this just isn't for me, and I'm just older now and like don't
Think it's
get it.
oh,
Like
they're
I
trying
don't
to build
know.
like a
So
new audience. They're trying to
yeah,
build like a new fan base.
yes, like catering
Mm.
to Gen Z. So like maybe it's just I'm just too old for it now, and I've
Mhm.
surpassed it. I don't know.
So I don't know this, right? But are the DLC characters, is there like a lore behind the DLC characters, or are they
Oh,
just like additional characters?
ye-
No, they all come out with a bio, and then if you play through their ladder,
Mm.
like the classic Mortal Kombat ladder
Ladder, yeah.
mode, you'll unlock their ending, and then all of the endings in this game, or at least so it seems, they all combine and are all
The
like
overall story.
yeah, canonical, and they all kind
Mm.
of like interweave between each other, which I do like that aspect of it. I just
Mhm.
don't like the direction the overall story is going in.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
I,
that's my gripes with Mortal Kombat.
I can sum up the entire storyline of Mortal Kombat 1, which I thought
Mhm.
was okay, with one thing:
Sure.
multi-universe. That's all.
Yeah, I'm over it.
They literally, that was what was trending, and it's like somebody went from Warner Bros. Went to NetherRelm, was like, hey, the whole multi-universal thing is kicking off right now. Everybody's doing it. Incorporate it.
Yeah.
My logic behind is, why would Liu Kang do that?
So he didn't do it actually. It's like
He didn't.
so what happened at the end of Aftermath, which is the
Mhm.
DLC to
The
11.
DLC,
And
yeah, I played
11
that.
was the same
I played
thing.
that.
It was time travel. So it's
Time
like
travel, yeah.
everyone's doing time travel. We're going to do time.
Veronica.
Yeah. So when he became like the new Titan of Time,
Mhm.
his battle with Shang Tsung at the end of Aftermath created a rift in time that made a bunch of different timelines. And then he
Mm.
didn't know about it. And now all the timelines are like converging upon each other in Mortal Kombat 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, but still.
Yeah, basically take the original cast of Mortal Kombat, the original
Mhm.
heroes.
Yeah.
Each one of them
Has a new.
became a Titan of time.
Oh, really?
So you have a universe where it's not Liu Kang, it's Sonya, it's Johnny Cage, it's this one, is that, and they set it up where I guess the Mortal Kombat 2, I don't know how they're going to explain the Mortal Kombat 2. It's not going to be a Roman numeral, it's going to be a regular character. I don't know. It's probably going to be a war with them fighting the new big bad. It's everyone now is
It's Avengers
basically,
Endgame.
yeah, it's there, and everyone's Raiden powered, essentially. Everyone's at Raiden's power level.
Yeah. It's not great.
I don't know, bro. I don't like that. I really don't like that.
Weird.
Takeda is a new character, and I'm still trying to figure out, like, so because isn't Takeda Kenshi's son? Am I
In the original timeline, he is.
right?
In this one,
So who the hell is he now, and why is he still Kenshi?
he's Kenshi's cousin in this timeline. Yeah. He was Yakuza, as Kenshi was.
Great.
Got I believe I just read his bio, so forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, but I believe he got like captured by the Shirai Ryu. And now he's like Shirai Ryu, like they broke him and now he's like Shirai Ryu. That's his bio.
Instead of killing him, which is what Shirai Ryu would have
Yeah.
Done. Like, so they kidnapped him and broke him into becoming a soldier. Okay, great. Awesome. Stockholm. It's cool.
I think Takeda as a like character and gameplay looks awesome. Like,
yeah, he looks cool. He does.
And I liked Takeda when we had him in MKX. I thought he was one of the better new characters. So I'm excited to play him. I'm excited to like go through it. But I'm even like the last season of Mortal Kombat 1, I did not. I think there's one day left, and I didn't do like the invasion mode and complete. It's the first one I didn't. I've just fallen off now, and I'm just ready to move on from it.
Yeah, it's called it quits.
Yeah.
I feel like NetherRelm is slowly. I don't know how they're going to reinvigorate the series. I know that they have an all H panel, if I'm not mistaken, right, for Comic-Con.
Yes, and I think that's when they're going to introduce the DLC.
Season 2.
Yeah, which is going to be the Combat Pack 2. And then that's going to come with a new story mode. But I'll play it.
Mm-hmm.
What's weird is you see Ed Boon and his people when they're public, they still have a lot of enthusiasm for what they're allowed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I now, this is just an outsider looking in. I don't have any insight on this. I think a lot of what they're trying to do is getting overridden by a suit.
I can totally see that.
Interference. Yeah. I feel like that's the same thing with what's happening to Rocksteady, personally.
Yeah. It's a story old as time, unfortunately. Like, I feel like you've seen so many developers go under because the publisher wants more money. And yeah, you see a lot of the creative vision go away. I don't know.
I like Ed Boon too. Like, there's a lot of Mortal Kombat fans out there that like blame him, and I don't think he's to blame at all. I think he knows what he's doing, and I think he's been doing this for years. He's not to blame for the story. He's like actively got canon things wrong in the past when people ask him. He's more just the game director and like gameplay director. So I don't blame him for any of this. I think it's just the guy that they have that's doing it right now. His name's Dom Cianciolo. I just don't think he's a very good writer. And then the decisions that Warner Brothers is making, I think they're kind of steering the ship, really.
Yeah, bro. That, man, I don't know, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
the game industry is just in such a tizzy, but Warner Brothers is like at the bottom of the barrel right now. When Ubisoft is now becoming like more of a crowd favorite, then something's wrong.
I said it. I said it on episode 13. This is Ubisoft's year. Watch. They're gonna
Bro,
finally prove a
I
point.
remember Ubisoft and EA used to be in the same conversation. Who
Yes.
is more hated?
Yes. Wow. I
But,
remember those. What
bro,
good times.
Ubisoft has been dropping bombs, bro. Like
Bro.
Ubisoft has been dropping they've been doing their thing, bro.
They're popping their big one this year. I think.
Their games still sell though.
Yeah,
Like, Assassin's
exactly.
Creed still sells 1 million freaking copies. So does
Right?
Far Cry.
Far Cry, and they got X Defiant that's going pretty well. X Defiant is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
What else did they have that are in the works? Minus Skull and Bones. Now Skull and Bones is traditional Ubisoft, if you get what I'm saying. But
No.
I don't know. They've been doing a great Star Wars. Star Wars is actually also pretty good. I'm looking forward to the Star Wars as well.
Yeah. Outlaws looks good.
It reminds me so much of 1313. I'm gonna keep saying that. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that game that got canceled because Disney bought Lucasfilms, and now it's putting Lucasfilms in the ground. But I digress. But yeah. Question. Side note. What are your thoughts on like the new Star Wars Disney or Disney Star Wars rather? What are your thoughts on Disney Star Wars, guys? I need to hear people's opinions here.
It's hit or miss. It feels like they're throwing everything at the wall, and they're not moving to react to what works yet. Mandalorian worked.
Yeah.
Ahsoka worked. Why everything didn't follow that, I don't know. Then you have,
but they also threw out the Legends canon.
I mean,
Book of Boba Fett is I can't even bother.
Oh, I don't even.
They had
know.
like 2 good episodes.
Yeah, with Mando.
With Mando. Yeah.
It's like you did good here. Just take that at the bare minimum, learn from that, and at least replicate a little bit.
All right.
No,
they've had some highlights. I mean, you got to figure Clone Wars season 7 came out under Disney, and that was amazing. Andor is one of the best.
I think Andor is the best show.
Yeah, it is.
Show. God, Trez, I want to know you biblically, baby. But no, no. Andor is a banger.
That's what I heard.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah, a slow start, I heard, but over time, people grew to appreciate Andor a lot more.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like sometimes they just totally nail it. For me, Mando doesn't land at all. I don't like Mando at all. Oh, dude, I
like
can't.
Mando.
Oh,
season 3, I'm not a fan, but season 1 and 2, I think season 1 and 2 were solid.
Every
Season
fucking
3.
episode. Oh, we need the part for the hyperventilator for the ship. Let's go to this random planet. Oh no, Grogu drank all the milk. Let's go to the next planet to get the next thing. I mean, it's literally it's Fetch a Quest, brother. It's Fetch a Quest in a fucking show. It is the shittiest format of storytelling of all time. I will die on this hill that Mando sucks. But that's just me. I hate Mandalorian.
I think you're alone on that hill for the most.
I'll die on it, Reaper. I'll die on it.
I know some people didn't like it because of Grogu. Some people really didn't like that.
The Grogu situation threw me off because I'm like,
some people didn't like.
Is this vibe? Yeah, because it's like, it's they were pulling on nostalgia without actually using that actual nostalgia. Yeah, so. That's the issue, but
I enjoyed having. There we go. I enjoyed having more lore about the Mandalorians in live action. I didn't have to go read a book or a wiki or whatever. Like, I appreciated that they focused on that, on their religion, on the fact that they had different sects of their religion, the different armor styles, the weapons, stuff that they got to expound on because it was a series focused on one of them, so they could expound on that. If they tried to do that in a movie,
that wouldn't work.
Yeah. So,
you need a lot more time.
Yeah,
there's certain stories certain stories are just better as movies or as TV shows rather. And I also one of the other things that I hate with Disney Star Wars is that they threw out the original canon. So it's now Legends. Right? So now they're pulling, but they're still pulling from Legends.
Sure.
And I would say misusing those characters now. Like Thrawn. Like I don't like what they did with Thrawn.
What do you mean? You don't think you don't think Thrawn and Rebels fucks?
Hold
Thrawn
on.
and Rebels is lore accurate Thrawn. Oh,
Really?
Thrawn and Rebels, brother. What do
Not
you
really.
mean?
Bro,
Uh-oh.
the Thrawn
fucked.
in the books were better,
Oh, you're one of the okay.
much better.
All right. Cash.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
Nah,
You're like
this guy.
2% of the population.
Yeah.
But
Everyone
bro,
else, the
bro.
books don't exist. Sorry, not sorry.
But that's the
They
thing,
don't
though. That's the sucky part. Like, and that's why they can get away with it, bro. That's why they can get away with it.
I deal with someone very adamant about the books in
Mhm.
my professional career, and I've long since tried to reconcile with them that you're almost alone in this. Stop.
They're
Because
not alone.
they're using
I'm
some of the
there
material.
with them.
Yeah, you know what? And so did Marvel use some of the material for the movies. None of those characters are book accurate either.
Right.
No, they're not.
Get
Right.
over
They're
it.
definitely not.
I
That's
agree.
what's going to happen. Nothing's going to
Mhm.
be book accurate.
Yeah.
They're inspired by.
But you know,
Is it-
Thrawn is actually a Luke villain, right? He
Yeah. Dude, yeah,
So-
and he's awesome as a Luke villain in the books. I'm just
Yeah.
saying he fucks in Rebels.
And I don't like what they did with Luke either.
No,
I'm
I
not
don't
a fan
either.
of what they did with Luke.
I don't
They
either.
screwed
In
Luke over,
the
bro.
movies, you
in,
mean?
in the
Oh,
movies,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I hate it
I've
so
said it
much,
for-
bro.
I've said it for years. How with The Last Jedi, like I was so
Mm-hmm.
pumped. I loved The Force Awakens, and
Mhm.
The Last Jedi comes out, and I'm like, all right, I finally get to see Luke Skywalker like fuck shit up
Mhm.
in like
Wow.
modern
No, you get to
time,
see him
like
drink
modern like
green milk.
CGI, and like he's gonna fucking go off. And
Mhm.
he didn't do shit, and I was
You get to see him
so
drink green
I
milk.
was more disappointed about that than anything else along the long laundry list of things to be disappointed
Wow.
for in The Last Jedi.
Dude,
And I also think
How
they
do you bring
abandoned
him
Finn's
back and you
backstory.
don't have him like in a fucking lightsaber battle? It
Yeah.
just it doesn't make any sense.
dude, my biggest gripe is like, I gotta be honest. Like, I think Luke is like this bastion for me in my childhood of like this belief that people are more than the worst shit they've done. And like
Yeah.
they totally
That
shit on
too.
that.
Yeah.
And they shit on that idea because it's like you're looking at him at the end of episode 6, and he's like he's with his father, and he's like, no, I will not like leave you. Like I'm thugging the shit out. I'm sticking through it. Like I'm sticking with you. I think you're more
Right.
than all the shit you did. And then you get to the new trilogy, and it's like
He's
Kylo's
cynical.
having-
He's cynical as
Oh,
fuck, bro.
Oh, he's more than that. Kylo
Mhm.
has a bad dream, and you ignite your lightsaber to crush him. What the
Your
fuck?
nephew.
Yeah.
Your nephew.
Your nephew had a bad dream about doing some dark shit, and you found mercy and grace for Darth Vader, but Kylo Ren thinks about killing some younglings, and you're like, it's time to go, baby. Time to chop some limbs off. What the fuck are we doing? God damn it! It's all right. It's all right. You know what?
Yeah. It's bro. It's just
Yeah.
bro. I don't know, bro.
Someone
I don't know.
tried to make those movies edgy in all the wrong ways.
I think so.
Mhm.
I think so.
Not
Guys,
only that, it's the different directors, because remember, each one had a different director, so every
Well,
director wanted to put their own spin on this entire story. I think what Marvel did was they already had a blueprint, they had a framework, they had a roadmap, right?
Creative director.
Right.
Very important.
Now, Star Wars didn't have that. They did
No.
not have that whatsoever. So everybody came in and they did put their own little spin on it, and it just like fucked everything up.
I still think
everything
The
up.
Force Awakens is amazing though.
Force Awakens.
I love
Force
that.
Awakens was.
I
good
know
because
it's
it was
a new
potential.
hope. I know
Yeah,
it's a new
yeah.
hope. to
Yeah, we
rehash,
know.
And I don't
copy and
care.
paste. Copy and
don't care.
paste. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, but it was good because now people like were excited. They were excited to see what direction this was going to go.
Yeah, and
going,
it
yeah.
had you had so
And
many
then somehow
questions outside
Palpatine
of it.
returned.
Like, who is Rey? Who are her parents? Who is
Mhm.
Snoke? Like, where did he come from?
Ray is a
And
fucking
then The Last
Palpatine.
Jedi just shat all over all of that and
Oh,
just
yeah.
like didn't answer anything and just like it doesn't matter.
Right.
God. And then J.J. Abrams comes back at 9 after doing a great job with 7.
And
it's like,
somehow made it worse than
Because
8.
somehow, again, somehow
Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
What are we doing, brother? What are we doing? Old
Yo, they
Yeller
didn't
is
even
back.
explain, bro. They legit didn't explain how Palpatine returned. That's
No.
the entire line. That's just it. Somehow Palpatine returned.
And this is what I
It
hate.
looks like they had it written on a piece of paper
Dude, and my
in the
understanding,
script.
and I've not watched Bad Batch like that, but my understanding is that the entire purpose of Bad Batch as a show is to give
Mhm.
you all the backstory of how Palpatine was going to return. And I'm just like, why do I need a whole TV show to explain one line in episode 9? I wish you just would have done more background.
Here's
on
why
each
they
one.
did that, though. So you remember when the prequel trilogy first came out? Nobody liked the prequel trilogy.
Oh, I love it though.
You know why people started to appreciate the prequel trilogy? Because of Clone Wars. Because Clone Wars expounded on the overall prequel. Because there's things that were missing throughout the show.
So why does
right?
Filoni
Throughout
always have
the
to
mo-
save
the
Star
series.
Wars' ass?
I don't know. But that in itself made people appreciate it a lot more because nobody mentioned Ahsoka. Nobody did any of that whatsoever during
No.
the prequel trilogy. We didn't even know who Ahsoka was.
You're right.
We
You're
didn't know.
fully
We
right.
didn't know Anakin had a freaking Padawan. Who knew that?
You're kind of
right?
spitting. You're kind of spitting, guys.
So
Give him a
now
mic.
this show was able to give that a lot more weight. So when Anakin finally switched to the dark side, bro, you were like, holy shit. Because now you built that like relationship with the character. Because I hated Anakin in the prequel trilogy. I'm like, this
What?
motherfucker grew up to become a Darth Vader?
Vader?
Fuck no.
Oh
No.
man.
No.
I love
Well,
Hayden.
In 1 and 2, I didn't like him. 3 was fine, I guess.
three
But,
was-
like,
he was
2, he was just complaining the whole time.
Yeah, I
He
hate
was.
sand.
Uh,
I hate
it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere,
Yeah.
brother.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Right, bro. You become Darth Vader. No, you don't.
That actor's return as both Vader and
Yeah.
himself in Ahsoka was better off than any of the fan service they attempted in the last trilogy of movies.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I actually liked him in so to preface, Obi-Wan was shit.
Thank you.
Can we all
Thank
agree
you.
to that?
Thank you.
I thought
But
it had some,
I didn't even watch it.
I thought it had some really redeemable moments.
No,
That's what
the
I
show
was
is
saying.
terrible.
Yeah, but the show is bad. The show is bad.
The show is rough.
That show is
rough.
the
But-
worst. Is worse than Boba Fett.
No, it is
Yes.
not.
Yes,
I agree.
Trez.
Wow, worse than
Trez.
Boba Fett.
Bro,
Worse
bro,
than Boba Fett.
Maury,
that is the
Maury,
worst Star Wars show. I
you're
haven't seen The
telling
Acolyte,
me, you're telling, bro,
but that
a
is
show,
the worst Star Wars. show.
Really? Bro,
No.
you're telling me that this man hid a little girl in a coat through enemy
No,
territory
that was
and
wild.
nobody
that was
saw
wild.
him.
Dude, that was
Nobody.
wild.
Not
me and
only
my best
that.
friend,
Yeah, what?
me and my best friend dogged on that scene for literally an hour. We paused and we just sat there and just talked shit for an hour. We couldn't
Also,
believe it. We couldn't believe it.
grown men tried to capture a little girl
And we're not
and they
faster
were
than her.
unable to.
Yeah, hey.
This is a cartoon.
Is
This
that
is
when?
a cartoon.
Yeah, that's when Leia's like running through the
Leia.
forest and like the
Yeah.
villains.
And I'm
are,
like,
tripping
bro,
over.
are you
shit.
serious? Are you serious?
Guys,
Not only
guys.
that, the gate. That's all I'm gonna say. Trez, the gate. He shot the gate to go through the gate when you could have simply just walked around the fucking gate.
You guys are not wrong. I think that moment between Vader. No. I'm gonna fight for this. That moment between Obi-Wan and Vader, where they're standing there, and he says, "I am what you made me." Like, oh my god, chills went down my spine. As a prequel kid, bro. Like as a guy who grew up watching the prequels, and I'm watching Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen have this moment where Obi-Wan just like begs for forgiveness, and Darth Vader is basically like, "You didn't do this. I did this." It's such an amazing moment. Don't get it wrong. Everything that you guys said.
That's the
is-
only bright spot, though.
It's that, and
entire
the only other bright part is when Vader catches the ship.
Yes.
Oh,
And I was like,
yeah.
that's pretty cool. And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's like 5 seconds of the show.
Right.
You're
Everything
you know
else is
what? Fair. I'm
Everything
gonna,
else is shit.
I'm gonna concede and say that you're correct, Cash. I would agree. Everything else was
Mhm.
shit.
The who was the villain? Like the
Riva.
yeah.
You were trying to tell me that Riva was gonna sneak up and kill Darth Vader. Fuck out of here, please.
Yeah, no. I thought she was
She-
poorly written.
I thought she was poorly written and overacting, like complete
Yes.
overacting.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That show was bad. I
Yes.
had so much high hopes for it.
Me too.
Too.
Because the first time I saw it, I got so hyped. Right.
Yeah.
But then Obi-Wan tried to hide a girl in his fucking coat.
I'll tell you what,
Also,
though.
you left Tatooine 2 times.
Yeah.
2 times.
Okay. You make a valid point. What I'm going to say, however, it is not worse than the Power Rangers pulling up at the end of Boba Fett doing 360 no
Oh,
scopes
you
on the
mean
fucking enemy.
yeah,
no,
that
I'm
was-
sorry. It's not worse
that
than
was-
that. It's not
I
worse
still-
than that.
That's
I still think overall Boba Fett was better.
Oh my god.
Like
oh my God, I
Boba
hated
Fett
it.
had higher highs than
Mm.
Obi-Wan.
Oh, I couldn't.
Um,
yo. You mean those are radical Power Rangers too? Because they were biker gang Power Rangers. These dudes were riding
Dude,
bikes.
That
bro.
episode was
Bro.
really bad.
Yeah,
It was really, really
And they were
That's-
wearing like Reaper. They were wearing different colors, bro.
That's worse.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
I
still think
Fett.
as a whole, it was better than Obi-Wan.
No, that episode is worse than all of the worst moments of Obi-Wan.
It's the worst episode of all of the episodes, probably. I'll give you that.
I like this.
But
I
as
like
a series, I still think Boba Fett had Cad Bane was in Boba Fett.
Okay. Yeah.
And that
what they did
is better than anything that happened.
what do you think about what they did with Cad Bane?
He looked crazy. Number one, he looked nuts. He did not translate.
I was expecting more though. I wanted to see a better square off with Cad Bane.
Yeah,
I did too. But that scene was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
and I thought he looked great.
Yep.
Wow.
I know some people were like, he looks crap. I thought he looked great.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way they did him because he was kind of one of the villains of my childhood, or the Grand Inquisitor, another villain of my childhood. They both looked really shitty to me in live action. Grand Inquisitor and Obi-Wan, and Cad Bane and Book of Boba Fett. By the way, to the chat, Nerd Actual is a weekly podcast that happens here on. No, literally, like we're might as well do the
moving on.
regular
Housekeeping.
roll.
Right? But yeah, and that was totally my fault because of a tangent. But anyway,
This is
back
awesome.
back. Let's get back on track. So a fan actually made a 64-bit version of Helldivers 2, which I thought looked incredible. I don't know if we can actually play the game, but it's like, bro, I'm just gonna pull up the trailer. But if they were to make this, I would legit play this.
Oh, it's for Neo Geo. I didn't catch that
Yeah.
at first. So this will work in the Neo Geo MVS hardware?
I hope it does. But it looks cool. Look at this.
That
It's
would
like
be fire.
it's like Metal Slug.
Yes.
Metal Slug
Exactly.
Helldivers.
Yes, exactly. It plays just like Metal Slug. That's what it looks like. But it's like very like thematically just like
Oh, this
Helldivers.
is so
Like look at it.
cool. This is
Look
so
at that.
cool.
Look at this shit.
That's pretty sweet.
You can actually kill a friend. Look at that.
Oh,
And
it
you
is.
can
It looks like it's actually using Metal Slug assets for some of it.
Yeah.
probably you're right.
Like the
Explosions
look
and the
Metal
bullets.
Slug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that, bro.
This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool.
It can
I like
hide
it.
in bushes.
But shit.
Yeah, the weapons fire, like when machine guns go off, that's completely
Yeah,
metal.
and they light up like have that little bro. Look at that.
Yeah, this is cool.
If this runs on Neo Geo hardware, whether the arcade cabinet hardware or the console,
Mhm.
I will totally pick it up. I'll pick up the hardware just so I can play this game.
This looks so cool. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I don't know because I was trying to find more information about it, but I thought this looks super cool. I wanted to share with you guys. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I will put the links on Reddit. We'll post that on Reddit. Please go check out the Reddit, guys. I don't know if I sent you the link to Reddit already, but yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the fact that there's this resurgence of devs making games for older hardware.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys seen the modded like Game Boy Advances and stuff like that?
The ones
They've
where
been-
they put new stuff in there.
Yes.
Yeah,
And,
I've
like
seen those.
backlights, and they also have one that it charges with USB-C. Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
There's a whole thing now where you can the original Genesis and NES, people are
Mhm.
making components where you get HDMI out right in the original hardware. They just modify the original hardware so it'll output to a modern display
Oh,
instead
that's
of buying
cool.
adapters and stuff. There's this whole movement now of people revitalizing that hardware, and I don't know what it is about indie devs. They're making cartridges. They're making releases for this hardware again, and I'm for it.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah.
was at the last LI Retro, there were tables of people selling actual carts of either modded or brand new games for like the Genesis or the N64.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Brand new games?
brand new. One of them was you remember the infamous Ghostbuster games from the 16-bit era?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have the black eye in it. That was what it was famous for. They got
Yeah.
everybody but the black eye. Somebody went around, remade the game, full four-player cast, and he's the featured person on the artwork of the box and everything. And you
That's
could
cool.
it's fully made game, full treatment. It's not buggy, it's not glitchy. You don't need to run any ROM hacks. No, you buy a cart, you drop it in your console, you push the button, you have fun.
That's cool. Like that means clearly they understand the technology, and that's how they were able to get all of that in there.
Yeah, I mean, we've been sitting on emulators for so long on this old hardware now. People have practically reverse engineered all of it, so they know.
That's something I want to save that for another episode, but like I feel like it's the whole video game preservation conversation is still like such a big point. Because like it's so like poorly done, like poorly executed. Like a lot of games you can't get anymore. Some of them are considered lost media. How do you like preserve video games in that regard, especially when everything is going digital?
Yeah,
I foresee like in like the next few years, like
Emulation.
yeah, but it's like it's technically piracy, right? So how is that? Like, it's just I don't know, bro. Very, I don't like it.
It's coming to the phase where these are things we were warned about by the likes of GOG.com.
Mhm.
That's why all their releases have no DRM. That was their whole premise. Good old
Yeah.
games. That's what GOG stood for. Some people don't even know that now.
Mm.
They were trying to, their whole thing was finding games that didn't run on modern versions of Windows and revitalizing it.
Yeah.
That was their whole shtick. So
That's
now
what I
they're
got
doing
Soul
that.
Reaver on.
Yeah. And now there's
Yeah.
another company doing it for consoles. They have Tomba coming out. What's their name?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're redoing Tomba because that was considered a lost game because I think the studio was gone and everything. Yeah, Tomba 1 and 2. I
Mhm.
think now if you have an original copy of Tomba on
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 1, you can get like $200 for it if it's pristine.
Damn.
Tomba release date. Hold on. It is not the original release date. Why can't I remember their name? They've done a few other limited run games. There we go. Jeez, my brain.
Oh yeah, I know limited run games.
So they're doing that for the console space.
Oh, okay. Copy.
So you
Yeah,
can
so-
actually buy, in some cases, like re-release like carts and stuff for some stuff, or you buy it on a new platform.
Because Deus Ex Mankind Divided is now $5 on GOG.
Yeah, everything. I have the original 3 Tomb Raiders before they did the remaster. I got it for like $5, all of them.
I've gotten a few
On
games off
PS1?
of it.
No, PC, the original PC release.
Oh, the PC ports. Or
Yeah.
actually, I guess it came out on PC first, huh?
Yeah.
No, I think there were ports. I don't think there were PC ports. I think it was like a few months in between. Like it was
Okay.
PlayStation and then it came out on PC. But
You guys remember Fear?
I remember
Yes.
Fear.
actually,
Yeah.
I think I think the box copy is on the shelf right over there.
Yeah. It's
I
a
think
dollar
that's
right
it.
now on GOG. $1. So a lot of these games are still there. So I need to check these out more then.
But the nice thing about that is, if as long as you keep the installer, keep it someplace safe,
Mm-hmm.
there's no DRM. So the other day, not the other day, about a year ago, on one of my retro streams, I tried to fire up the first Need for Speed Underground because you've seen it. People herald Need for Speed Underground 2, and I'm like,
I do.
My thing
One of
is
the best Need for
Underground
Speeds.
1. Underground 1, that the Mitsubishi Eclipse coming into the scene and the like that plays in my head. That whole
Every
main
time.
menu is there. And I wanted to show chat because there's people like, oh, I've never even played it. I dropped the disc in. The DRM is so old. It thinks that modern Windows in and of itself is a hack and won't let the game fire.
Oh my
up.
god.
Wow, bro.
I have the physical copy. I have the key. I have everything. I can't play that game.
That's nuts.
Thank you.
I
Electronic
remember that.
Arts. Thank you very
Huh?
much for your DRM.
Yeah, that and Underground 2 too, because Underground 2 had to lean back, bro. Every time it boots up. Doom, 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 doom. That's crazy, bro.
These are
Underground 2, baby.
stuck as just memories now because you can't play the
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, you can. So moving on. Amazon Fallout TV show got 16 Emmy nominations, which is actually pretty cool.
Well
This is
deserved.
being reported. You know, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
What?
Gotta
I
get on
haven't.
that.
I
How?
haven't watched it yet. It's saved, bro. It's
You're
saved. It's
watching
just-
bad Star Wars shows when this is out.
It is the
No, I
goat
didn't.
of
There's a-
video game adaptations. Like,
Yeah. So
perfect,
remember when I said this
perfect.
before, guys, that I'm saying like I have faith in a lot more like video game adaptations now. I feel like they're getting so good, right? So I don't know. Remember what game? No, what movie they said was about to come out. They made a Street Fighter. There's a Street Fighter movie in the works, and I was like, I'm not worried. I'm a little
I don't have high hopes on
concerned.
that one, just because historically
Yes,
we haven't
but at
gotten
the same
anything
time,
that's even remotely close to good.
yeah, but at the same time, I started to think about like Sonic. I thought about Fallout, Last of Us, those games. I'm thinking about those adaptations. I'm like, those were actually pretty good. So I can see them doing something that makes it. Bro, we have movies with the Hulk in it. And friggin' alien superheroes. Like we've seen it all. We've seen a Mad Titan snap half of the universe away. I think
And
they can pull off a Street
and
Fighter movie.
non-comic book people actually wept in the theaters. I remember
Exactly. Right? So I think they can pull this off. I really
think
feel
they
like
can pull
they
it
can.
off, but I don't have
Faith.
in them pulling it off. I mean, look at Resident Evil.
Mhm.
One
Oh
of
my
the
God.
most, greatest game franchises of all time. Sells millions of copies. We
Mhm.
still
I haven't gotten.
have yet to get a good, faithful adaptation.
You know what's crazy
Love
about that?
Resident Evil.
we didn't get a faithful adaptation, but we got an adaptation that made a lot of these other.
It did
movies
make a lot of
possible.
money.
Mhm.
They're
I
not
think
good though.
they're not good video game translations, but it was just used as a premise for a zombie shoot 'em up movie series
Yeah.
Right.
that sold gangbusters. And I think that opened the door for for video game properties to be treated more seriously
Right.
as movies.
And
'Cause
the
before
director
that,
just used
it
it.
was
Yeah. No, we didn't. And the video game, the
Except
director
Mortal
used
Kombat
his wife.
95. That movie is amazing. I don't care what
Yes,
anyone says.
but
Yeah.
that's what I was about to get on right now. So the director of a lot of people don't know this, but the director of the Resident Evil franchise is the director
Same
of
guy.
the first Mortal
Paul
Kombat.
Paul
Yeah,
W.S. Anderson.
Paul
yeah.
W.S. Anderson,
Also, Alien
bro.
versus Predator.
Yes, he did, and he's
Wow.
also Mila Jovovich's husband.
Yeah, that's right.
So he used his wife as a muse for Resident Evil, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Guaranteed employment.
Yeah.
But
and bro, but that's the irony of it, right? He made one gem, but also made a very I hated the Resident Evil franchise. The movies, hated it.
I
Hated
think
it.
most
I-
gamers did, but I think
yeah, I treated them as 80s action movies. I didn't go there
Yeah.
looking for actual Resident Evil. I was like, oh, you're gonna shoot zombies. Okay, brain off.
Mhm.
I-
No,
I
I,
like
couldn't
the
sep- I
second
couldn't
one.
separate it.
because you had the Nemesis and like a game accurate Jill Valentine in it. Like that's the reason why I liked that movie. But all the other ones, it was like, nah.
Don't you guys hate those kind of like insert characters though? Like in because they want to use them as like an analog for the audience. You don't need to do that. Mortal Kombat
like
did it
Alice
recently
and
as well.
like Cole
Yes.
Young. Yeah,
Dude,
Yes.
terrible.
dude.
Mortal Kombat did that.
Yeah,
This is another character. Was it was the guy in Hellboy? He is nowhere in the comics. I can't
Yeah,
remember
why is he there?
why is he there. It made no sense, and they literally
the
did
David
it. to, like-
Arbor one.
no, he was it was the
No,
Ron
it was
Perlman ones.
Ron Perlman one.
It's the guy, and he's into Liz
He's like
or
a
whatever.
new person, or
Yeah, the agent
like
dude, the new guy that
He
came.
was a
I've read-
straight-laced dude in
Okay.
their
Yep.
world.
Yep, and I've
Mhm.
read every Hellboy comic. You want to know how many times he shows up? 0. He was made up for the movie to introduce
Yeah.
the audience to the world or something. Shut the fuck up.
Nobody
I like
needs
the
that.
Hellboy movies though.
They're so
Huh?
good. Oh,
No,
Ron-
the Hellboy
the
movies
Ron
are good.
Perlman ones are good. Yeah,
they're
Yes,
great.
they are.
Yeah.
They-
I
they-
saw
You
a
saw the
bit,
new one?
I saw a bit of that new one.
I don't
Oh, that
know
looks
anyone
fan-made.
who's seen it, but everyone
It's
that
fan made.
That's
dope.
Are we talking about the David Arbor one, new one, or the new
No,
one?
there's a new one.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
there's a new one. I know about the other theatrical reboot, soft boot, whatever that was.
Yeah, that
supposed
made
to
no
be.
money. I feel like no one saw that
None
movie.
whatsoever.
No,
but
it
there's a new one, Reaper,
there
and
is.
that looks fan made.
Okay.
It looks
I'll check
really.
that out.
I'm not gonna lie. As a diehard Hellboy guy, like that, seeing that trailer.
Just give
was
it back
so
to Guillermo,
stupid.
bro.
I actually
Bro.
didn't think it looked as bad as everyone said. I'm not saying it looked
Wow.
good. I'm
Yeah.
just saying
back
everyone's
to Del
dragging on
Toro,
it.
please.
I thought it looked fine.
Give it back
Yeah.
to Del Toro. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I agree.
Give it back. But I hate those insert characters. And bro, I did so many theory crafting about like Cole Young. I was like saying he would probably be like this iteration of Kuai Liang. So I was like, yo, he's the next Sub-Zero. right? Because it said Cole Young. It sounds very
Yeah.
similar. So that's why I kind of just,
Stop.
and that was so
No.
disappointing. This guy has gold armor.
Again,
Where did he get it from?
WB.
Right. Where did you get who are you from the series?
I was just
Nobody.
watching those for, hey, are you going to use big budget special effects for the other actual Mortal Kombat people fighting? You are? Good. I'm there for that because everything else was
Sub-Zero
Liu Kang was
in that movie
good.
was awesome.
Yeah, Liu Kang
he
was good.
the best
Kang Lao
part
was
of
good.
That movie.
Who?
Sub-Zero
Sub-Zero's dope.
was amazing in that movie.
Yeah,
And then the rest
he
of
was-
the movie, I was like,
He's
whatever.
almost like a horror movie.
Arcana bullshit. Get out of here.
You know what's messed up? Like if you watch it behind the scenes, that guy who's playing the new character, he was hyper into it. He was hyper into doing martial arts. He was hyper into special. Like he just didn't realize that what was being written for him.
Yeah,
is not.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad.
I don't mind him either. Like Louis Tan, I think he's fine.
He's fine.
It's just he's not like make him Johnny Cage.
Yeah, you could have made him Johnny
Problem
Cage.
solved. You know.
No, or
Why
you
do
could
we
have
need
made
this
him
guy?
young. You could have made him Sub-Zero. I think you could have still made him Sub-Zero. You don't think so? He could have been the other Sub-Zero.
How you would redeem that in my eyes and make it like already the Arcana thing is
I
garbage,
think,
just terrible,
garbage, bro.
But they'll never backtrack on that. So whatever, I've learned to live with it.
Yeah.
But how you could redeem him? Like I wouldn't mind if he just like hulks into Scorpion. Because you know how it's like Scorpion is like his ancestor or whatever.
Ancestor.
And Scorpion in the newer timeline like finds his hellfire and like turns into like the undead Scorpion, then turns back to Hanzo Hasashi. I wouldn't mind it if you adapted that for him, but
like
they're not doing that. Yeah. But they're not going to do that. So
get ready for this because it's Warner Brothers, right? When the next movie comes in, get ready for Cole Young to end up in the game because the multiversal thing, you can just merge. Oh, he came over from that timeline into it.
Right.
The only thing is everyone, like the community of players, are like vehemently against it. And they're like, we don't want him.
Since when does Warner Brothers care?
That's true.
Right. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I already see it.
It's such a shame when I hear, especially someone like Trez, who's like a Mortal Kombat diehard, talk about how much he dislikes one because as a big fan of The Boys and Invincible, when I saw that they were adding Omni-Man and Homelander and Peacemaker, love Peacemaker, to the new Mortal Kombat 1, I was on my way out to get it. And I think it was around the time that Trez first came on and spoke on the pod, and he told me just how much he disliked it. And I was like, oh, dude, I guess I'm not going to get it on this one, which is such a shame because it sounds like the story just goes to shit.
If you like fighting games and you don't give a shit about the story, I would definitely say play Mortal Kombat 1 because it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to string combos with the cameo system. Yeah. I love Invincible. I love The Boys.
Yep.
I love Alien and Predator. They were in MKX.
Right.
I look at those characters, those guest characters, as a Mortal Kombat fan. I play them once to beat their ladder, and I never touch them again because I don't give a shit about them in my game. So, like any guest character that you're bringing into Mortal Kombat, it's not part of the lore. It's not part of the story. I don't really have fun playing as them and like figuring out their combo system because it's not Mortal Kombat to me. Like it's just like
but they're part of the story now. It's multiversal.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I get it.
Like I just like do not care. So they could announce anyone. I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Like I haven't unlocked basically any of their like tree to unlock all of their. I think they go up to like level 20 or whatever for DLC characters. Just don't give a shit. Yeah, and that's. But I think that's just me being like a Mortal Kombat diehard and a Mortal Kombat story diehard that like I'd rather have them give me more Mortal Kombat characters than give me any type of guest character in my game.
So I'm the opposite of him in that regard. I never used to, for my early Mortal Kombat, going back from 1, I didn't care about the story really until I want to say MK9. Somewhere around MK9, I was like, this story seems like, 1, it seems interesting. 2, it seems like I should backtrack and catch up on what I glossed over. Because I literally just got, to me, it was a reason to beat up my friends and have their spines on display.
Right.
That's what each Mortal Kombat was.
That was the classic 2D ones. Yeah.
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 Once it got to 9, all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, there's a story. There's an actual depth to this story. Let me go back. And 9, I caught up with the lore. Thank you to the nerds on different wikis, right? I caught up to the story and then watched it do this plateau and then come back down the other side.
Damn.
But I'll still play Mortal Kombat because I like the fighting system. I like what they present. So I'm not as put off because I'm not held on to the story as strongly.
See, and that's what I'm wondering as someone who doesn't know anything about the story. It's like, I don't think it would affect me much, but I want to say this, Trez, I totally agree with you. For me, a prime example is like whenever I've played Gears multiplayer, sometimes they'll put like someone from Halo, like Emil or Cat in there. And dude, it pisses me off when I play them in like when I see anyone playing them in multiplayer, it pulls me out of it because I'm like, no, that's not the world. That's not the universe. Play as one of the characters. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I actually totally agree with that. And I get it. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You want to hear something funny, guys?
What?
This was supposed to be talking about the
Fallout.
16 Emmys for Fallout.
Yeah.
But we
That's okay. We got sidetracked.
No. It's fine. It's totally fine. I don't mind it. But hey, going back to what we said about
But
Fallout,
you need to watch Fallout.
Yeah.
That's you need to watch it.
Maury,
will.
did you watch
I will.
Fallout?
Dude, I watched like the first episode and it was awesome. And like,
Maury hasn't watched it.
I'm not a TV guy. It takes so much to get me into a show, dude. There's literally maybe 2 shows a year that I'll keep up with, and if that, yeah.
All right. So this is being reported by VGC. Amazon Fallout Show has received 16 nominations for its 76th Emmy Awards. They include a nomination for Outstanding Drama Series, which pitched the show against the likes of Three Body Problem, which I still haven't watched. Shogun, which is freaking dope.
I
The
heard
Crown,
Shogun's awesome.
yeah, I've never watched The Crown either. Slow Horses, don't know what that is, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. All right, so those are two Amazon shows that are competing against each other, pretty much. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That says a lot about what Amazon is doing in response to Netflix.
Yeah. They're really pushing content. Walton Goggins is also nominated for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series as his portrayal of the Ghoul. Fallout is nominated for Writing, Visual Effects, and Producer Design prizes, 2 among other awards. Co-showrunner Graham Wagner told Deadline, Fallout originated from a really wild and creative period in video game making. Television series seems to be just catching up with that moment now, which I can really see with. Similar to movies catching up to somewhat psychedelic Marvel comics of the 60s and 70s. So I feel like we're in that pattern now, which I can see. I can definitely agree to that. It's going back to what I said earlier. I feel like we're at a space where some creatives are taking, like, they hold some reverence to the source material. And that, I think, is what will make these shows and movies like hits. Going back to Sonic and all those other ones. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out because I already have it like saved to watch. I'm doing a lot.
I think in response to the show, Fallout 4 just exploded in player base out of nowhere.
Fallout 76 too.
Yeah, I
76
heard.
too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh damn. But yeah, it's nice to see, especially as a proud video game nerd, to see these like adaptations like be successful. It's very like nice because now you have people that are coming out. Oh, I love the show. I started playing the video game. Oh, I love Fallout. I know all about the lore. Shut up, you tourist. You're a tourist. At that point. Right.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you. Thank you for at least appreciating what this is now. You know what I mean? I love that video games are now so mainstream that like a lot of people are willing to try them out. I remember I'm from an era where people made fun of you if you played video games.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah,
And
if
now
you're
it's
past a
mainstream.
certain age and you're still playing games.
Video games, comic books, you're getting made fun at.
Yeah.
For sure, 100%.
Yeah.
And now people are comic book fans. They're comic book nerds. No, you're not. You're casual. But I appreciate you. Thank you.
Welcome to the culture.
Yeah, welcome in. Welcome in.
I have a perspective on Fallout doing so well with the nominations. Something so when Sony was pushing out their different projects to different streaming services to make shows around them, right? I think they gave Horizon to Netflix, which has since been canceled. They
Yeah.
gave Twisted
Mhm.
Metal to Peacock, right?
Mhm.
You see a lot of really bad adaptations. My favorite video game franchise of all time is God of War. And I was so
Mm.
nervous, however long ago, when I heard that Amazon got God of War. After
Mhm.
watching that first episode of Fallout and hearing about all these Emmy nominations, I couldn't be happier that that adaptation is with Amazon. They seem to know what they're doing. They know how to respect the source material. I have like a lot of faith in what they're going to do with that property. So that's
It all
one
depends on the
small thing.
creators behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It
for
also
sure.
depends because like a lot of people are not fans of certain shows currently that Amazon are are working on, namely Wheel of Time and Rings of Power. A lot of people aren't fans of
Wheel
what they're
of
Yeah.
doing.
Time went up,
Hmm.
and then it's something must have happened with that last season.
Hmm.
I don't know if that was during the writer's strike. I don't know if they changed the producer. I know a couple of actresses look different. I didn't go back to check. I was like, you don't look like the same person,
Mm.
but the vibe was different.
Yeah, they pulled a Game
Uh,
of Thrones, but thing with Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones switched out a lot of different actors, bro. I remember, but there were so many actors, it's like you couldn't keep up who they were anymore. So it's like, okay, cool, new character, but it was actually a pre-existing character of the show. You just didn't know who it was because they changed the mountain 3 times in Game of Thrones, and people didn't even notice.
Wow.
The mountain got changed 3 times. That's I don't know if you guys are a big fan of like Game of Thrones, but it was a phenomenon. So I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But Clegane, the big guy, he got changed 3 times.
I mean, they
know
didn't
Nobody
show
knows.
his face near the end, so I feel like that's how they got away with that.
No, they so the last guy that played him, he played him under the mask after that. But
Okay, yeah.
he was changed 3 times prior to that.
Hmm.
So it's
I did not
crazy.
know that.
It's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, it was fun though. Like Game of Thrones, I love what they're doing with House of the Dragon currently as well. But yeah, moving on to other things. Sega sues a social media user for excessive slander and insulting comments against employees. This is coming from Eurogamer. And this says, oh, this is a Matt Wales article. Sega has revealed it's taking legal action against social media users for harassing one of its employees, warning that it will continue to pursue legal remedies or criminal proceedings should similar occurrences happen in the future. The company, which published a consumer harassment policy last year, reiterated that the stance on social media harassment in a post on its Japanese website, providing context. It explained has been dealing with individuals who has been making excessive slanderous and insulting comments on social media against one of our employees for a long time. Now, I want to hear your guys' thoughts about this entire situation. Me, I'm of the camp of what the fuck is wrong with you? Pardon my French. Like it's video games. Calm down. But let's go. Reaper, start with you. Like,
So my thing is, as long as it's not spilling over into real world, as long as it's on a website, whatever, and they're not either stealing from this person's real world stuff, there's no threats, it's whatever. But if
mhm,
now this had devolved to threats or any actions that were affecting the person IRL, then by all
mhm,
means, yeah, you have freedom of speech, but freedom of speech doesn't equal freedom of consequence. There might be a lawyer at your door.
right,
You said what you said,
And I'll
then
right.
we're responding in the way we want to respond.
Agreed,
Um,
Maury.
Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of context, just what you were saying, Reaper, because I think that what you're saying is very valid. It goes on further and it says, this was a statement from Sega. We consider slanderous acts against employees, such as announcements of violent acts, threats, and intimidation, to be serious human rights issues that damage the dignity of employees and lead to a deterioration of the work environment. So, my assumption is from that we can kind of piece together that it probably was a threat of violence. And yeah, you see that so much
Yeah.
on the internet. I remember whenever Laura Bailey, who was playing Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, got death threats for weeks after the story of that game leaked. And it's just so fucking wrong. I mean, it is
But
so fucking wrong
the
to
thing is,
threaten
it's
harm.
not even her fault. She doesn't write the stories.
No, it's
Not that you're supposed to like.
No,
you're
she
not supposed
doesn't.
to be sending any death threats, not whatsoever. But
To no one.
how, like, how stupid are you to think that? Oh, I'm gonna send death threats to this person, and you think it's gonna be okay? So, in some respects, I can. I'm fully on board with all of this shit, bro.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This is insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trez, what about you?
Yeah, I kind of agree with all you guys. I think people have their right to complain and voice their opinions of how they feel about a certain actor, a certain direction a show is going, or something like that, or game, whatnot. But once it falls into someone starting to say they're going to like commit violent acts or any type of death threats or anything like that, then yeah, it gets serious. I mean, the best thing to do is just kind of like block them. But people who start harassing people can create new accounts, go to different lengths. So like, yeah, if it gets to the point where it's like this person's not letting up, and who knows, they might be crazy and like try and hunt down this employee or something like that, then yeah, definitely you gotta like get the law involved.
Yeah. Something very similar happened to the Mary Jane actress for Spider-Man too.
Yeah,
At the
Zendaya.
time no, not Zendaya. I'm
It
talking
wasn't
about
Zendaya?
no, I'm talking about the Spider-Man game. She let and
Oh,
she's no
yes,
longer
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah. Oh
she's
yeah.
not
Oh my god.
she's not even an actress anymore. She was never because she had a new job and somehow someone found out that she was working for this new company and started to show up at her place of work. And I'm like,
So insane.
what is wrong with you?
I
So
feel
fucking
like you
insane.
have to be mentally ill to
Yeah, definitely.
like do that type of shit,
Yeah.
Become that hyper fixated that you're
Yeah.
going to no.
Like you start to do research to find out where these people live and where they work. You're clearly like there's some screws loose there.
Yeah, and it's a shame because like it's the amount. I mean, I'm not ignorant enough to think that it's a large portion of gamers, but that group of gamers that do that shit, it's like, dude,
Fringe.
go touch some fucking grass, brother. Like, oh my god, I spend 8 hours a day playing video games. Probably not that much, but a lot of time. There's no reason that anyone should be getting their life threatened over some stupid shit like you didn't like their performance or you didn't like their writing or you didn't like their game design. Like it's an entertainment form. Please get a fucking grip. I mean, and yeah, I hope these motherfuckers are sued to hell and back because it's like, dude, you cannot. I mean, I guess my question is, in what other industry are you allowed to, if you dislike a decision that a company makes, threaten people within the company with death, show up to their places of work? Like, what other industry are you allowed to do that in? Like, why do we get a pass? Why do irreverent morons in the gaming community just get to go and spew that shit all over the internet? And there's really not much pushback until now. So I love
have your opinions. Have your opinions, but
totally.
threatening people, bro, it's just out of
Well,
pocket.
it's a phenomenon from remember, this used to happen to movie stars, TV stars, and musicians. People get hyper fixated on them, and if they do anything that somehow is egregious to them, then there's death threats. People show up. There's threatening letters. There's actual attempts on their life.
Right.
Now that video games are common pop culture, no longer just nerd culture.
Right.
That spills over into video game space now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's insane, bro. That's insane. But yeah, in other news, more savory content, I guess. After years of working on Hitman, 007 lead says working on a James Bond game feels organic. This is coming from Gamer Radar. So a project 007 lead has said that switching to the James Bond games after a better part of a decade making Hitman just feels organic. Game Radar spoke to IO Interactive Chief Development Officer Veronique Millier. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if I butchered your name here. And the topic of 007 project. The studio hotly anticipated James Bond game inevitably came up. Millier was stating that staying tight-lipped about the new game, but did say she was extremely excited because it's an entirely new original story for the spy and wouldn't feature a lookalike. Oh, okay, so this is just going to be a new character. So there's no time. Well, then again, we don't have a current James Bond also, so that also kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It definitely makes sense. It's going to be a very cool, very awesome project. I'm excited about it. Mill Year continued, and I mean, if you look at what we've done in the past with Hitman, 007 just feels organic for us because we've done, you know, stories about against doing things so that makes complete sense. The IO Interactive Chief Developing Officer continued. Yeah, I can. It make this definitely. I can understand where she's coming from in terms of, having it feel organic because when you look at Hitman, bro, like you can kind of see some of the 007 DNA already in it,
Yeah.
right?
Sneaking around,
Yeah,
getting rid of people covertly.
right.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, yeah.
I'm looking forward to. I really want to see what they do with that.
So, question, because I'm
Mhm,
completely unaware of Project 007 until this article.
mhm.
Is this going to be a third person game or a first person game?
That I want it. I feel like based on like their prior work, I would assume it's going to be a third person game.
Yeah.
We've had third person 007 games before, also,
We have.
and those are actually pretty good in my opinion. So I could definitely see this. I would. I actually like to see a third person 007 game. I don't mind third person games. I don't know about you guys. How are you on FPSs, Reaper? Are you more do you more lean on FPS or third person, or is it purely situational? It all depends.
It's situational.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
Chris,
have
what
a
about you?
preference.
Yeah,
Same situational. I play both.
yeah.
Um,
I think it all depends.
Yeah, I
Speaking
mean,
of, there's a game. Nobody Wants to Die. I think it's called. Have you guys seen that game, bro? It's
Nobody wants
Bioshock meets Blade Runner.
Oh wow.
That game looks insane. It looks incredible.
Oh, I have seen this.
Yes,
Yes, it does. It does look good.
yes, and
Who's
I'm
the
looking
dev
forward to
for
it.
this again?
I
Wait.
think they're an indie dev, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is indie. No,
Critical Hit Games.
yes, but that means it's Team Silver, right?
oh, it's out already.
Deep
Publisher.
Silver, Deep Silver,
Just came
Deep
out.
Silver. Yeah, it just came out recently.
And
pull it up
10%
for-
off on Steam. Hmm.
Oh, really?
It's only $22.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
guys,
this looks
and
cool.
the game looks amazing, bro. I'm gonna pull it up for the stream so the chat can see it. Also, there's recently got announced SNK versus Capcom for all my fighting game fans in the chat,
Hmm.
and I think it's already available for sale on Steam. So
Oh, my Steam wish list is exploding over here. Come on, dog.
yeah,
What are we doing?
Chaos, SVC Chaos. Just look that up, Reaper. Just freshly dropped today, I think.
Gonna need a sign. We'll do things for video game money.
The game looks impressive though. I like it.
$20?
Yep.
Huh.
The thing is, a lot of people, I don't know. Remember, those games are still kind of, I would consider them niche, in my opinion. No?
Oh, wait a minute. This thing completely looks like it was designed to run on a Neo Geo.
What's that?
The SNK versus Capcom.
Yeah, it does.
Is it a throwback?
No,
Yeah, it is.
it's a port of the 03.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
But
so
look
they
at this. This game looks impressive as hell, bro.
Oh yes, this Nobody Wants to Die does.
Mm-hmm.
This right here, this visual style, at least how it is, reminds me very much of the first BioShock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. I think it looks amazing. And I'm
Do we
not.
know-
Go ahead.
I was
What?
going to ask, do we know anything about the developer's previous work?
I didn't look
On
into
Steam,
that.
they
That's
don't
a good
have. There's
question.
nothing else. I think.
So this might be their first game. And if this is their first game, bro, this is a hell of a first game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Critical Hit Games. This is their only game on Steam.
Mhm.
Okay,
And
interesting.
published by Deep Silver.
Deep Silver picks good talent usually.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because didn't they work on not Left 4 Dead? What was that other zombie game that came recently?
What, Back for Blood?
Back for Blood.
Was
it
that
Back
Deep
for Blood?
Silver?
No, it wasn't Back for Blood. It was the other one with the Rockstar guy sitting at on thing.
Dead
Is that Back
Island?
for Blood or Left?
No.
Dead Island. It was Dead Island. I think Deep Silver worked on Dead Island, if I'm not mistaken. They
Yeah,
published.
Dead Island. Dead Island's their publishing.
Yeah, they definitely published. So yeah, but the game looks good. The game looks impressive as hell, bro. And I love like mystery
this
solving.
Oh, it's a detective story.
Yes, it is a detective story. I want to see like gunplay. Is there gunplay? Is there action?
They may not show that in the trailer. I can't imagine they'd let all of that. Well, wait, how
This is
long
a
is this
gameplay.
video?
This is a gameplay video. I'm skipping
4
through
hours?
it.
Well, yeah, you might see some
I'm
gameplay.
trying to see if I can see some action in here. Oh shit! Okay, this looks like something better. You know what also reminds me of? You remember that detective feature in Arkham?
Yeah,
Giving me
that
that
scan
vibe.
mode of
Yeah.
the bracelet looks like it's doing that.
Give me that. But the game looks beautiful, bro. Look at the detail.
Oh yeah, I definitely get this and just crank everything to max just
Just to see it.
yeah.
Like, look at the wall texture, even the closet, bro. Like everything is just like highly detailed. What is he doing? Is he like an alcoholic? Like, why is there so many bottles on the ground? I'm confused. Was there a party?
Was there a party? Really?
Yeah, I'm liking this.
Can you skip around? Look for a fight scene if there is one.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one myself.
A lot of trippy stuff going on in investigative
A
mode.
lot of trippy stuff.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is weird. It's like a lot of stop time. It looks like.
Yeah, it's like you're constantly like investigating.
Yeah.
Well,
But I'm not
see
seeing any
other people.
combat. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
seeing any
see
combat. Yeah.
Other
I
people
wonder if
in
you're
combat.
just like a detective. And, you have to
and you're
figure
just trying
things
to
out.
figure out what's happening. Could be
Yeah.
that.
a very interactive mist.
Yeah.
Why is
Mm.
Brooklyn involved? What? Leave Brooklyn.
Yeah, because it's a futuristic New York, by the way.
Okay. See, now do I have to support just because it's New York? Like, does that become the thing now? Oh, that guy had a bad day.
Oh yeah, very bad day.
Yeah.
No
It
good,
looks
very
like
bad
it
day.
looks like it might be more of like a like an LA noir type of deal.
Yeah,
Mm.
less action. It's like
Yeah.
very. Because he's just constantly just like investigating, bro. I think
it's
it's still. I still think it's interesting, but what
This
in
is
the hell,
Hey, yo, you be careful you don't violate TOS.
bro? I hope it doesn't go back to it.
You know what?
I'm still impressed by it.
This is something we've been missing for a while. People mixing and exploring how to represent different genres. Because for a
Right.
while, and I'm not sure if anybody else felt that way, for a while, for maybe about 10 years, it felt like we had your stereotypical racing game, your stereotypical fighter, your stereotypical shooter, your stereotypical action adventure game, your stereotypical art. Like everything fit a cookie cutter. It had to
Nothing
be this.
genre bending.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
now all of a sudden it seems like we're just getting a deluge of them, just back to back different games that mix elements of different genres and are good at it.
Cyberpunk. This also gives me some cyberpunk vibes too.
Just having this detailed of a world is very
Yeah.
cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Like you feel like you can get lost in it.
and it really feels like lived in. That's what I like about it. Oh wait a minute. It's very chirpy.
Do not play this while under the influence of anything that's legal in your
Yeah.
jurisdiction.
Bro. Like, what is going on with this guy?
Definitely popping pills. Whatever's in
yeah.
that pill vial.
There's no action in this entire thing, though.
It looks like all the action you witness, you're not a part of.
You're
Yeah.
not a part of. You're just like trying to figure out. You're exploring, and that's not a part of
That's
Metal Slug.
Metal
Yeah.
Slug. There's a new version. There's a new 3D one that recently came out. I think this is mobile.
oh. As long as there's a version I can play on my Steam Deck.
I think you can.
Done. That's an easy
This
purchase.
looks good though. It just looks like a remastered version.
It's just 2.5D.
Yeah. I hope that if they were to make another Mega Man, this is what I hope they would do instead of just trying to make a freaking Metroid Prime version of Mega Man.
Windows.
Windows Reaper.
What? But don't. Not sure if you want to go down that road.
Oh, he has a gun.
That's a
Yeah,
good.
but everything.
Yeah.
Let's go back. I want to see it.
Okay, that is very Fifth Element, the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh shit. Something's happening, guys. Yeah, I think he's going through like a mental breakdown while he's solving mysteries. That's fucking wild, bro.
Is he holding on for dear life by a screwdriver? Where was the pistol at?
I don't know where I saw it. Oh,
there,
yeah.
yeah.
There it is. I found it. No, he's looking through the person's eyes, bro.
Is that what the meds are that he's taking?
Probably. It looks like he's looking through the eyes of the assailant just now.
Oh, that pill. Those pills apparently have some side effects.
Yeah.
Or maybe he hasn't taken his pills, and that's why.
Probably.
Withdrawal.
I'm trying to figure out. You find the gun?
Full game. Oh. You're gonna ruin it for us, Cash.
I was about to say,
don't go to the end. Don't go to the end.
We're kind of already there.
It is full game. Yeah,
it's only 4 hours long.
Yeah, so it's probably that's why it's so thing. The price is so thing cheap. But the game was fun. Like guys, I would definitely play this game. This seemed like something I would also play on stream. I feel like the chat would enjoy this.
That's like you could do it all on one stream.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I aim to get more games like that. So something that I'm pretty sure Reaper and Maury probably be looking forward to in this new this section. Halo show canceled after 2 seasons.
Well, no surprise there.
I'm gonna catch a snippet from Forbes. Paul Tassi. Yeah, Paul Tassi has reported.
Is that helmet even comfortable?
Hell
I don't think so.
Oh,
no.
It has the most watched premiere in Paramount history. Just 2 years short. Just wait a minute. Am I reading this shit like? Am I having a stroke? Anyways, it was the most watched premiere in Paramount Plus history just 2 short years ago. There we go. But now the Halo show is dead, canceled before a season 3 that would lead more directly into the event of the mainline game. Reportedly, Halo will be shopped around. Oh yeah, they did say that. So they're looking to still shop the series around to like other.
Oh, they just lost contract with their distributor. They didn't.
Yeah, they probably just lost contract with Paramount. So, but I'm just here to say no. Stop the match. Throw in the towel. It's time to put this thing behind us. In an era of prestige, Emmy-nominated video game series like The Last of Us and Fallout, the Halo show felt like a relic of the 2005. A poorly adapted, budget scare, source material allergic experiment that mostly upset fans and appealed to a few. Yeah, that's. Tell me you hate the show without saying you hate the show. Jesus. Reaper, let's start with you. What are your thoughts about the Halo show? Did you watch it? Did you enjoy it?
No, I didn't watch it because I'm not invested in the Halo franchise at all.
Yeah.
To me, as a longtime PC gamer, the Halo series was just another sci-fi shooter. In the land of PC gaming at the time, it did nothing new.
Right.
For console, I see why it did, right? It was new for that space. It was in a time where very few shooters got the whole twin stick movement right. So it came in the right time, in the right place, and it got an audience there. I wasn't for that audience. We already had Doom. We already had Quake. We had Unreal. We had our sci-fi shooters.
Right.
Did nothing new for us. And they tried to, when they ported Halo to PC, you had to have Windows Vista, one of the worst versions of Windows ever, to play it. They made that a Vista exclusive, which killed the PC landscape for sales at the time.
Damn.
Now with the show, it was coming out, and I was like, oh, that's cool for Halo fans.
Mm.
I know some Xbox people, and I can see why the premiere did the numbers it did, because they were all excited. After that, I heard all but only one mention the show ever again.
Damn.
And that one person was like, I don't know why people are hating it. It's a good show for what it was. And that told me everything I needed to know. They pissed off their core audience. And only people who don't focus on being that core audience will continue watching it. That was my takeaway. So I saw no reason to invest time in watching the show.
Yeah, I think we started. My wife and I started with season 1, but we never got back into the show. I thought it was fine, but again, I'm not a diehard Halo fan, so I'm not invested. So whatever is in the show, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I think we have a diehard Halo fan here.
I don't know. I can't tell, but I think Maury probably wants to say something.
Maury, can you see out of that thing?
Oh, I sure can.
Okay.
Folks, did you just see what I did? Did you see the way I pulled this piece of machinery off my head?
Yes.
That was the fucking moment Halo lost every fucking Halo fan. Why would you have Master Chief take his helmet off as I just did? The entire mystery of Master Chief.
Majority of the show.
Do what?
Majority of the show. He doesn't have his mask on. Majority of the show.
The majority of the show, the entire mystery of Master Chief is we don't know what he looks like under the mask. The grand reveal at the end of Halo 4, which should have never been done to begin with, was showing us what his eyes looked like. Folks, he takes off his fucking helmet. He's running around just raw dogging life without his helmet on all show. All right. And then he starts fucking an alien. Folks.
An enemy, by the way.
Oh, an enemy. Folks, I hope this show rests in piss. Fuck these creators. Fuck these writers. They have no respect for the source material. And this is the antithesis of Fallout. Die slow. Die slow.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Also, in season 2, I heard he didn't wear his uniform the entire season.
No.
Because
why
the
not?
entire season. The entire season until the end is when he put the uniform back on.
Isn't that his combat attire?
Yeah.
Reaper. Isn't it funny that you're not a Halo fan and yet you know that? It's almost like it wasn't that hard. It's almost like it wasn't that hard, folks.
So wait, you mean to tell me the Mandalorian pulled off the whole helmet vibe better than Halo?
That's one of the biggest complaints too. A lot of people said it. Mandalorian pulled it off. Why were you not able to do that?
Dude, that show was so ass. I saw clips and bits from it. The moment I saw that he took his helmet off, I was like, not even gonna touch it. I knew I saw it from it was like 1,000 yards away. I spotted it and I was like, this is gonna ruin something you loved in your entire childhood. Don't touch it. And my God, they delivered on every fucking front. Fuck these pigs. We need to bury them.
They even showed that in the trailer.
Nah, we need to old yeller their asses in the backyard. Old yeller their ass. We need to put them down. Who did this?
Full circle. These are the kind of threats you don't post online.
Reaper's such an ass. I'm talking about the theoretical, imaginary versions of these characters like Master Chief, where he takes his helmet off. We got to old yeller that version of Master Chief. What the hell are we doing? No.
You want a Thanos in the Halo universe? Just snap,
just snap it out of existence. They can't do anything right. They can't make a game. They can't make a TV show.
Who was the production company for Halo?
I'm Amblin and
that's right. Another one. Spielberg. Yeah.
It was a Spielberg joint.
Yeah. Amblin is Spielberg.
Yikes.
So far removed. He pulled a Stallone. He thought he could sell the emotion without.
Yeah, I was gonna say, has anyone seen Dredd with Carl Urban?
Oh, that was good. Yes. That was a good movie, and I think it's an underrated Dredd movie.
It's such a good movie, and he doesn't take his helmet off the entire movie.
Once, not even once.
And this is my whole problem, right?
And it's
Exactly. And I'm going to speak to this a little bit, right? I had the luxury of going and meeting Steve Downs, the gentleman who voices Master Chief and has voiced him since the inception of the franchise. I got to meet him when I was 16, take a picture with him. That man has found a way to become one of the most iconic characters in video games without ever like pulling off his mask, you know. And the reason why is because he knows how to deliver a performance solely through his voice. And I think my complaint with this show is that, like, if you didn't hire someone who could fully deliver through their voice, then you didn't hire Master Chief. That's bad casting, right? Somehow we all cared about Master Chief for 20 plus years before this show, felt intimately and emotionally invested in him, but he never took off his helmet. So it's not that you can't be emotionally invested. It's not that you can't feel the passion or the anger or the sadness behind a character without showing their face. It's that this guy who played this character was not capable of doing that, or they couldn't find someone who was. And that means that your casting director sucks, and no threats of violence, but you should probably rehire. But that's just me.
That's one of the
So I've never seen the show. But I'm also just gonna say I don't know. I won't put it solely on him if he's capable of doing that.
Yeah.
I just think it's probably the writing and probably the director of the show.
Yeah,
And it's the Hollywoodification of of taking an IP from video games and being like, no, it's a video game, but we're gonna make some changes to it because we're Hollywood.
Sure,
We know what's best for this. And it's like Amblin, Spielberg's production company is like one of the companies that totally does that type of stuff. I know a lot of people liked Ready Player One. I thought it was crap. I don't know if anyone else has seen that movie, but it was just
I watched it.
I had high hopes for it, and I thought it was going to be way better. And I think it's just Spielberg just like not really knowing, and I'm sure he didn't have a lot to do with Halo, but in like Ready Player One, just like not really knowing the culture. Like Steven Spielberg doesn't go home and play video games, So
yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. It's the same thing with Transformers. I 100% know for a fact that Steven Spielberg probably didn't touch Transformers not one time, but his name's on it.
Michael Bay.
No, Steven Spielberg was attached to it too.
Was he a producer?
Company. Yeah,
he didn't care.
Yeah, he's just there. His name's just on it.
Yeah, and Michael Bay was just like, I want to blow shit up. He's like, isn't that what you do? Yeah, do it. What we hired you for.
Pretty much. Yeah, Steven Spielberg is not. He's just there, bro. He's just there. His name's just on it. But yeah.
Yikes.
But yeah, I don't. What do you think it's gonna be next for Halo then? For like in terms of like a TV show, do you think another production company is gonna pick it up, or is it just dead?
If someone picks it up, they have to have the creative freedom to right the wrongs of the audience. I mean, we mentioned Amazon already. They had a track record of it. They what was that sci-fi series they picked up, and all of a sudden the show got better.
I know what you're talking about.
The Expanse.
I can't remember. Expanse. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was a lucky deal, right? Like the head of Amazon was actually watching the show, and Sci-Fi ended their contract. And he was like, no, you got to finish the story. How much money do you need? Here's a blank check. Give me my show. I need to see this story.
Right.
And the quality went up. I heard they did a lot more references to books. They did a lot more background story. So it can happen, but someone has to be enthusiastic and give them the room to work. I don't know if Amazon is the one to do that again.
Right.
Does anybody know if Bezos is a Halo nerd?
Halo fan? I don't know. Not only that, they even had a spin-off for Expanse. Didn't Telltale make an Expanse game also?
They did.
Like, yeah. The game, the quality definitely went up in that show.
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know how you could even right the wrongs of this show. I think the best thing that you can do is just let it die. Like, let it die. Leave. Honestly, with the current state of what 343 has done with Halo, with the state of this show, I think you just put Halo on ice for 5-6 years. Don't touch it. Just wait until you can get a hold of like id Software or somebody to do a fucking Halo game. Just don't touch it. Honestly, I think that so many egregious Halo sins were committed in this show that I don't really want to see a season 3 where you have to try to explain all of that away. How do you explain away Master Chief not having his armor on all of season 2? I don't know how you put that into.
It was at the cleaners. It was at the cleaners.
Reaper.
Wow.
We need to get him in a writer's room. God damn it. No, I mean, it's just like, dude, let it die. Let it die. Let it shrivel up and die. It's time to move on. I hope no one picks this up I'm tired of seeing one of my favorite game franchises of all time be perverted. I'm tired.
But hold on, I have to look this up. Didn't Microsoft was trying to pull a Sony and have their own movie studio? Oh, yeah, they closed it. They closed it in 2014. Yeah, that's why.
Oh wow.
So there was an
10
Entertainment
years ago.
Studios. Yeah,
because they were doing a Halo show. Now, I remember they had like shorts, like Halo. It was a Halo TV show, but it was done in like short form. I think they were like 15-minute episodes.
It was
Remember that?
Nightfall.
Nightfall. There we go. And Master Chief had his helmet on the entire show.
Yep. Fortnite
He
on.
was-
He had his helmet on the whole time. It's like, brother.
And who else was in there too? He played Luke Cage. I can't remember. Mike Coulter. Mike Coulter was in there as well.
Yeah. Because he also played Locke.
Spartan Locke. Yeah, he was Spartan Locke. He was
Yeah.
Spartan Locke.
Yeah.
And he was in the show.
Statue right here, baby. LFG. LFG.
nice.
Yeah, it was thing, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah,
As long as they
there's no one to oversee that property being done properly now.
I don't think there's real fans. They're just rushing to have their IP exist in other mediums instead of like really stopping to like really pay attention to what the hell they're doing.
Look around. Sony and Nintendo are doing it. The Mario movie sold shit ton of tickets. But Sony's doing what they're doing. Sega's doing what they're doing.
But they're also Nintendo is making sure they're representing their IP properly. Nintendo is very like.
You mean now they are, because there was.
Oh yes, Mario. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What a time. What a time. What a time.
Yeah.
So I think but I really feel like that's when they really became like, okay, listen, we can't just like give these people free reign to do whatever the hell they want with our IP anymore. So we kind of have to rein them in.
You didn't like John Leguizamo as Luigi?
Hell no. He's not even Italian. What are we talking about?
What a nightmare. What a nightmare.
I'm gonna be honest though, as a kid, that was a guilty pleasure for me. Really?
Yeah. I was probably like 5 years old.
Wow.
92, right?
It was a guilty pleasure for me. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I was like 5 years old.
Disney was showing that like on a regular, and every time it came on Disney, I watched that shit. I don't know why. It was Mario. The kid.
Well, that was the audience they aimed it at. No one who knows any better.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. So, but yeah, now, and I feel like that's the reason why Nintendo was like, next time we do something. And rumor is that they're working on the next adaptation that they're doing, the Zelda adaptation, and I'm gonna be there for that shit.
Full Link gear. Live action Zelda.
No, it's not gonna be live action. I think it's gonna be animated.
Oh, like they do a Mario.
It's gonna be live action. That's why they were talking about Tom Holland. Please don't make Tom Holland Link.
No.
Please.
If
Tom
anything,
Holland,
did you guys see the someone did like a Studio Ghibli type of Zelda like trailer, and it looks awesome. And it was just like a fan-made trailer in like the art style of Studio Ghibli. Yeah, and it looks incredible.
Really?
Like that is what Nintendo should have gone for, but instead they're going with whatever studio. I'm pretty sure it's live action. I could be wrong, but
no, you're right.
Yeah,
is live action.
I was like 90% sure that they were going for a live action Zelda movie, and I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that now either.
I feel like there's a million ways it can go wrong, and like only a handful of ways it can go right.
So I found the Studio Ghibli. It looks freaking. Oh, hold up.
Like I would watch that movie. Yeah, put the trailer up because I would watch.
I'm pulling that up right now. This looks insane. Fireman says, as long as they throw adaptation in front of the game comic content, these production companies can do what they want. That's true. I agree. They definitely put 30 characters.
What are we looking at? This looks like a game trailer.
Oh no, it's the Studio Ghibli Zelda. It's fan made, bro. I would love to know what fan made this. This looks incredible.
A lot of these, I swear, are kids. Well, I say kids, young adults doing this stuff for like college projects if they're like in design or 3D or whatever.
And then they just upload it to the internet.
I can see that I could see the Studio Ghibli reference right there with that.
Mm-hmm. Triforce. It looks incredible, bro.
Wow. And they used Unreal Engine 5 as the canvas for this?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that? You better have passed that class. Whatever class is, you better have passed that.
For
Bro.
real.
Look at
This
this
looks
shit.
awesome.
But like if
This
they
looks awesome.
released this as a movie in this art style, it would so work because it complements the game too.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, but that's the thing with Nintendo. For third-party input, they're very tone deaf.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. This looks incredible, bro.
I can see, I start to see parts of where, at first it didn't seem like an amateur did it, but as I start to pay attention to,
Yeah, it looks very stiff at some points.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the concept itself is
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is, if this person, whoever did this or whatever team did this, if they had learned motion caption for like the walking and stuff, we
Mhm.
wouldn't have known we would have sat here. They could have fooled us. They could have
Yeah,
completely
easily.
just like, oh, this is the new movie coming out. We just sat here like, oh, this is great, and wait for a movie that will never come out.
Yeah, that's devastating.
They
Yeah.
modeled an entire town.
Bro. They really, these are Zelda fans.
The amount of hours this must have taken.
You know what'd be crazy? If we found out this was just one person.
It probably was.
Yeah.
And he probably just took
An
it
entire
probably took
year,
him
probably a couple of
forever.
years.
Yeah.
Just think about the solo game developers, bro. Some of these guys are working on games for upwards of 7 years, sometimes even 4 to
Mhm.
7 years.
Yeah. The lighting is really impressive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys ever played this game before. It's called Tunic.
I've played Tunic.
Dude.
No, but I know of it. Yeah,
I know
Tunic
of it. I
is
need
a
to play it.
Tunic is a solo game dev.
Is it really?
No
Yes.
lie.
Solo game dev, bro. The game
I
is
know
impressive.
that.
Tunic
And
was
it's
great.
it pays homage to Zelda. It definitely plays homage to Zelda.
I've noticed that, and I've heard that a lot as well. That's why I want to
Yeah.
go and play it, but I've just not made time for
Fun
it yet.
game. It's super hard, bro. It's a Souls-like game, Maury.
Really?
Yes, when you die, you have to go back and even like retrieve your falling items and stuff like
Dude.
that. Yeah, and it's super difficult. And the game, there's no hand holding at all whatsoever in that game. You have to just
Yeah.
figure it out.
I own it. I'm downloading it now so I can finally sit down and play it.
It's still on
Yeah.
Game Pass, isn't it?
It is on Game Pass.
Yeah, I think it was also on like a PS Plus thing, and that's how I
Yeah.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out on PS Plus like a year afterwards.
Yeah, Tunic
Xbox, I
is
think.
great. Definitely, if you get a chance to play it, I highly
Yes.
recommend.
Game's hella difficult, bro. I promise you, you're gonna have fun.
very
that's easy.
positive reviews
Yeah.
over the entire life of the game. 11,282, very positive.
Yep.
Damn.
Came out
Game's
in
incredible.
2022.
Incredible game, bro.
Shoot. I love it. I love it.
Another one was Midnight Fight Express. Is also a solo game developer.
I have
That was
not
on
heard of
Game
Midnight
Pass.
Fight Express.
It's pretty much John Wick. Pretty much
Okay.
John Wick, bro. It's
Got it.
nuts. It's an asymmetric brawler, but you
Okay.
can pick up weapons. You can fire guns. You can do all that stuff.
Oh, that looks interesting.
Mhm.
It's on a Humble bundle right now.
Oh, that was a Garan. I just saw a Garan.
That is.
Well, what's on the
very
Humble bundle?
Midnight Flight Express. You can
Yeah,
get
it's very
the
fun.
entire. Oh, it's a franchise of it now.
Yeah, it's a Humble game. Humble, I think Humble published the game because Humble started to publish games now. Which
Yeah, so you can get the entire publisher's worth of games, and the developer is not
Mhm.
even a company name; it's the dude's name.
name exactly one person. I told you, bro. One person. I
didn't
follow
even
him on
start a
Twitter.
He didn't even start a LLC. He just put his name on it.
Put his name there. One guy, and the game looks incredible.
One solo dev game series I've been a fan of, for just mindless, like you want to play a game but you don't want to get too involved, has been Melody's Escape. It's a music rhythm game.
Mm.
Except all the maps are procedurally generated off of music you supply. So you aim it at your music library, and it creates the obstacle course you take the character through to the rhythm of whatever the beat and melodies in the song are.
Damn,
Single dev, up to the second game now.
that's dope. Yo, this looks incredible, bro. Like, I can't believe this, bro. This is not a trailer. This is like a small skit. Is that Ganon? Look at him.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is Ganon.
Yeah, I didn't know they made one this long. It says fan
Yeah,
film.
yeah. This is
because they
18
they released
minutes.
a trailer. Not
Yeah, so this
too
is
long
this
ago.
is the film. So guys, I'm gonna post this on the Reddit. You guys could check it out.
Yeah.
It came out 7 months ago, so it's recent, very recent. 7 months ago.
Watch it before Nintendo realizes it exists and then sends the lawyers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. I mean, IGN uploaded it, so they probably
That
be a
that
little
doesn't
more lenient.
that
No?
doesn't.
You don't think so?
No. What?
It says inspired by fan film. So
Nintendo sent lawyers to Valve over what people were doing with putting emulators
true.
on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Do you guys
They don't care.
Do you guys
Yeah,
remember
that's
that bizarre time? Like this was, I remember this blew me. This would have been like, I guess 2017, somewhere around there. Whenever Nintendo wouldn't allow people to stream their games on
Oh
Twitch.
yeah, I remember that.
What a bizarre
yeah.
time. I mean,
Yeah.
the disconnect between
And then
Nintendo.
If
I
you
don't know.
wanted to stream Nintendo games, you had to
Sign up for the partner program.
Yeah.
to the partner with them, and then
I had
Nintendo
to.
took like 30% of your revenue
Yeah,
if
I had
you
to
made
sign up.
any. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I remember.
Unbelievable.
And they only did that. They only stopped that recently. I want to say 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
they're just
I
so
had to.
disconnected. They're so
Bro,
disconnected.
What game was I playing on stream, bro? And I got the friggin' strike.
They have this
Was it Metroid? I think it was
Probably.
Metroid at the time.
They have this
I was like-
weird duality where they get what their audience wants from the games, but they don't get how to interact with their audience outside of that.
No,
Mhm.
not at all. Not at all.
well, they still haven't figured out like multiplayer, like online multiplayer.
No.
And that's been a thing for like 15 years, even more, 20 years.
Do they still do
Yeah.
that weird friend code thing exchange?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Yes, it's still there. Fuck me, it's
Yep.
still there.
It doesn't seem like it's that
God.
hard
No.
to
Username.
figure this out.
They just don't want to
I
change
hit
tradition.
I hit a plus. You with the other username get and I hit accept, and then we're friends. We can play games.
Yeah, it's not challenging.
All right.
AOL Instant Messenger figured this out back in the 90s. Why is this
Right.
so hard?
Man.
How can you not
Yeah.
figure this out? Right. Yeah, so let's hop on over to our rumor mill. So currently The Sims is rumored to be canceled. Sims 5. This is coming from an quote unquote insider, so take this with a grain of salt. Anything we say in our rumor mill should be taken as such. But yeah, what are your thoughts about this, guys? I was never like big of a Sim fan. Like I built like 2 families and they both died, and then I stopped playing the game pretty much. So,
It's the Rockstar effect. It's the same thing that happened to Rockstar. Sims 4 is still making tons of money.
all right.
Yeah.
Why? If you have even the slightest road bump in Sims 5 development, go well.
Why are
scrap
we
it.
doing this?
We'll start over later. It's still making money.
All right.
This entire dev team go to making another expansion for Sims 4.
Yeah. I pretty much think so too. Also, Rockstar Games has updated their platform list for games included with GTA Plus to include on Nintendo Switch, which I didn't even know that a lot of these games were coming to Switch, to be honest. But it's not currently used on the site. Rockstar may soon update these games on the Switch to be playable for free with a GTA Plus subscription. So they're adding subscriptions to the Switch. Games will include LA Noire, Red Dead Redemption, the original, Definitive Call of Duty, freaking Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition. I think those are the 3 that I see here currently. Yeah,
Grand Theft Auto
Why?
5?
but yeah, Grand Theft Auto. But I'm saying
That will
no, not
not
Grand
be
Theft
good.
Auto 5. No,
It's,
not
the
Grand. It's
trilogy.
it's the Definitive Edition.
Oh,
But
Okay.
my thing is, guys, like, Why? Like, why?
'Cause money.
Why are these games on the Switch? Like, what are we doing here? Why is
These-
Switch just now getting these games?
I'm gonna channel certain other individuals' energy here. Fuck GTA Plus, Rockstar Plus, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because of you, I actually lost a game I was playing and streaming because now I have to prove I bought the thing years ago. Fucking assholes.
God.
What game was that?
I've bought GTA 5 like 3 times.
So
Yeah, I had to buy it for every generation, pretty much.
I had
Wow.
Chinatown Wars on Android. I was live streaming all my lunch breaks at work, the Chinatown Wars storyline. Because it's very much in that top-down GTA 1-2-ish style.
Yeah.
And then I hadn't played it for months. I'm like, let me get back on that. I go to launch it. It's like, oh, by the way, sign in now with your Rockstar whatever account. I'm like, I have a Rockstar account. I sign in. It's like, oh yeah, this game isn't associated. I'm like, yeah, because that's my account from my PC where I have GTA 4 and 5. But I have this thing on my Android phone. Oh, go through this process. All right, here's my Gmail account. This needs to be linked to this. Sorry, we can't prove you own this. I'm like, motherfuckers, I've been playing and streaming this game. I own it. And they just dropped my ticket.
Wow.
Fuck you.
That's crazy. That's nuts. That's madness.
Yeah, bro.
Nope.
And there's no going around it. They're just like, that's it.
Yeah, they want me to rebuy it because I think I got it on one of those when Google Play was doing sales to get people to play games on their platform.
Yeah.
I probably bought it for like $1. Let's be real. It's over $1. They probably saw that and was like, fuck no. Pay the $14.99 or whatever the fuck we're charging now, or pay the sub fee to have it monthly. But the fact is I had it. The game was on my platform. You just added a paywall to something I used to pay.
That's insane.
Stupid. In other news, Marvel Capcom Collection release date rumored to be the 23rd of August. So I'm not sure. This is a rumor. But August 23rd, that's like about a month from now. Yeah, pretty much a month from now. If that's the case, I'm hella geeked. I'm super excited for this game because I feel like this is going to re-energize the Marvel versus Capcom franchise. Like a lot of people are saying, but you can already play it on Fightcade. I don't give a fuck. That's not what we're excited for. The fact that now I don't need to use my PC, I can play it on console because it has a rollback netcode. So that is super exciting to think about. But it won't have crossplay, so that still sucks. But anyways, it won't have crossplay, Reaper. I don't know why. I don't know why. We are in our year 2024. Why don't we have crossplay on everything? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
No.
Well, we'll never be playing against each other. I can tell you that much right now.
It just doesn't make sense. No, I'm gonna get it for PC because like most of the people I play with anyways are on PC. So might as well.
There you go.
Might as well. But yeah, that sucks. And again, the game's gonna be going for $50 on PSN apparently. How much is it currently? Isn't it on sale for like? Isn't it $40? Wouldn't it be? I thought it was gonna be $40
on Steam.
Yeah, it's 40 on Steam. But then again, PC and console prices are different. So
PC prices are always cheaper, and everyone loves the Steam sale.
CD keys, Green Man Gaming. We have options over here.
Yeah.
Maury, when you get in a PC.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully by the end of this year, bro. God, I'm dying. I need it. I need it.
But yeah. So guys, we have our question of the week. Usually we go back to check our question of the week. I don't know if anybody answered our question of the week from last week's episode. Let's go check. I don't even remember what the question was. What was the question, Maury?
Wasn't it about the Xbox Game Pass price increase?
Yes, I think it was. It definitely was about the Xbox price increase.
Such an interesting time to have that.
Right? Oh yes, that's what we missed. So this weekend, what happened, Reaper? Please fill us in.
So this past weekend, right on the within days of Microsoft saying, "Hey, we're gonna up the price for Game Pass on these tiers." Microsoft services, including Xbox, Office 365, Azure, all those things they advertise, they were completely offline.
Damn.
for the majority of 24 hours. So you just told your audience, hey, by the way, we're increasing the price.
Right.
Also, you can't use our services because someone we contract effed up an update and we don't vet anything or force them to vet anything, that it takes out our global platform.
Airlines
so
were down.
You're really emphasizing to people why they should pay more for Game Pass right now. Your PR team is doing great.
Did
That's insane.
I'm assuming Game Pass went down with that?
Everything went down. If you had to sign on with a Microsoft user account, the service was dead in the water.
I mean,
Yeah, my PC crashed that day too.
my Outlook and my Teams unfortunately still worked because I need those to work. So I was working on Friday with both of those active.
Oh,
really?
Were they already signed in?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you were fine.
But yeah, everything else I know was like out. So yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, I turned my computer on and I got a blue screen. You know that blue screen with the smiley face?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the
not
sad
great.
face? That's what I got on
Oh,
Friday.
you sign into Windows with your Microsoft
Yeah.
account?
Mm-hmm.
You poor soul.
Yeah, because I just like it was just like right there. So I was like, I just use the account and call it a day. And see,
Nah.
I got screwed.
Now you see why the computer nerds don't do that.
Damn, bro.
We don't do that.
That's scary though. That's a scary thought to think about. But yeah, so we asked the community, what do you think about the new Game Pass price increase? 50% says don't care. The other 50 says the Church of Xbox. I don't know what that means, but I added it anyway. I guess
So
it just
it means whatever they're doing is justified.
okay. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
But
Reaper,
now
do
you
you have Game Pass?
no.
Reaper?
I'm an
Reaper.
old school PC.
Yeah.
We don't pay monthly for what? That was something left for WoW people. They were the ones that paid monthly. WoW and EverQuest. Everyone else does not pay monthly.
Bro,
And I'm
I
assuming
played WoW. Never had the WoW subscription. Just saying.
you were just re-upping the new account every time for 30 days.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That's
it's
crazy.
that or the private servers, bro.
Uh,
That was that time. The private servers were fun as hell.
ooh.
And then there was City of Heroes was another one that I
City of
loved as
Heroes,
well.
what a throwback. What a
Wow.
great
Bro,
game.
you know it's still going.
Not
Didn't
surprising.
someone's like running their own server or something?
Yes,
right?
and they
Yeah.
gave them free reign to do it. I'm like, yo, that's
pretty
so
crazy.
cool. Yeah. They
That's
basically gave them
another
their
thing.
blessing.
Speaking of game preservation, that
Mhm.
the console space needs to let happen more. And it's going to be difficult because those games that require a server on console, those are all managed by either Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo.
Mhm. That's
When
how
they
it's
decide to
working.
turn it off,
It's dead.
yeah, unless you're jailbreaking your consoles, which then violates a bunch of other crap you got to worry about.
Right. Here go
That's rough.
Avengers.
Yeah.
You can't turn that game on. You can't turn the game on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Avengers is dead. Shout out to Bellow Legends. He told me that because he has the disc, he put the game in and tried to
Oh,
boot it up.
no.
Nothing.
Really? You can't even play like single player mode on
No.
Because I think it was always online,
It's always online.
Avengers? Oh man.
which is why like that's now such an abysmal thing for developers to do. People do
Mhm.
not want games to be always online.
Yeah.
God.
No, because that sucks. We already know what that is. We know what
Yeah.
that means. If you kill a server,
It's
bye-bye
over.
game.
Yeah. It's insane. It's so wrong. There should always be an offline mode for games. Always.
Mhm.
But I digress.
But yeah, what do you guys think the question of the week should be?
Wow,
I don't
yeah,
know.
it's not on Steam anymore.
No, it's gone. It's delisted.
Yeah, it's nowhere.
Yeah, he
Man.
said, see, Bello, shout out to Bello Legend. You just came in the chat. I don't know if he was always here, but he's just like the Candyman. Say his name and he appears. You can't play it at all, he says.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
rough.
That's crazy, bro. It's insane. All right, so what was our question of the week, guys? I'm trying to figure it out. It has to do with
Can I jump in on Game Pass real quick?
sure.
'Cause I was out last week.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people play on Game Pass. I for a while was like, well, before I made the switch over to PC, I was on Game Pass on Xbox and then moved over to PC. Had PC Game Pass, used it for a bit,
Mhm.
and then I just found that I was paying for months and not
You're not
playing
using.
games on Game Pass. And then it
Yep.
was just like month after month after month. So now when you think about it, if you go 3 months paying for Game Pass at $20 a month, that's a game. And if you're not
Mhm.
if you're not playing a game on Game Pass, like that's how they're getting you with their money. And
Right.
over the past year, I've just been completely like anti live service on a lot of things and like restructuring where my money's going and if I'm actually using it. So like I'm completely out on Game Pass. Um haven't used it, and by the time I get to a game, like I just bought all of the Dooms on Steam, all of the
Mm.
Wolfensteins on Steam
Oh,
for
Damn.
like under
oh,
$20 for like the whole bundle on like
Right.
a Steam sale. So that's a month. That's a month's worth of Game Pass, and I got all of them, and I can play them whenever I want. Like and not
Right.
have to pay $20 a month to do that. So I'm like completely out on it, and I think that with the increase, I think you're going to see more people leave. I guess where this would work is if you're like a casual gamer. Two ways it would work. One, if you're one of the more casual gamers who plays like all of the Call of Duty games that come out every year. I know that they for a while had an agreement with EA where you were getting some of like the sports games too. I don't know if that's still going on. But I think if you were like doing that and like buying these like annual games, then I can see you maybe paying all this money to do Game Pass. Or second would be if you don't own a game like an Xbox and you're playing in the cloud and you're like streaming on your TV, then I guess
Yeah.
I could see you using Game Pass to play these games. But outside of that, I'm completely out on it and
Which is
will
something
not be
recently
going
that
back.
Amazon did. Amazon, you can now play. You can download the Xbox app on your Amazon devices and play
Yeah.
directly from
Yeah.
Amazon. So if you
It's
have
a
Game Pass,
smart business decision for
it
like
is.
people to try and get more like casual people to come in and play games who
Mhm.
don't have consoles. But for someone like us, like the true gamers, I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah.
And those are the people that spend the most money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for being the case study, because I've told people this is what's going to happen as Xbox gamers migrate to PC. Game Pass ends up devalued, and they're going to lose Game Pass people. People currently on Xbox or currently in the console space look at me like I'm crazy, but you're the case study.
Yeah.
Right.
You legit went through that same process. It just makes sense. Like after a while, why is this here? After the first time you experience a Steam, GOG, or CD key sale,
Yeah. And
look
you're
at
like, I
those
can
subs.
get like 10 games for like $50. It's like,
Bro,
yeah.
my Steam library right now is insane, and I'm pretty sure I haven't spent $100 yet. Not even.
It's hard to make a case study for that, and I don't know what their market is as they're devaluing their box and then trying to get everyone else to pay for it.
Right.
Because those areas where you mentioned where people would still subscribe, that's not a growth market. That's a very limited scope.
It's entry is what it is. It's
Mm-hmm.
people. It's being like, hey, you could play this game that just came out that everyone's talking about. Like you're not a gamer, but like everyone's talking about this game, and you can play it right now, and you don't need an Xbox. You might need a controller. I mean, if they're smart, what they should do is just ship controllers with, or like you sign up for Game Pass, we'll give you a controller also. And then
Yep.
like, 2 days later, hey, you're playing whatever you want on Game Pass and you don't have any hardware. I think it makes sense. I don't know.
No, it sounds like a better option.
Yeah.
It sounds like a
But
better
I don't know.
option.
I'm not that demographic. So, like if
They
I've
don't
always
know
said
what their demographic is. They're
Yeah.
talking about stopping your sales for Xboxes.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's like, I think the use case scenario of Game Pass where it's actually going to have value, like people like us who play everything that comes out, we are not the average gamer. Like we are not the first 80% of average gamers, right? For all of us, let's just look at 2025 real quick. I mean, what you got Fable, you got Doom, you got South of Midnight, you got all these games. At the end of it, you're saving money if you're paying for Game Pass. but like 80% of people that play games, maybe 90, are not going to play all those games like we would. So I just don't know how sustainable $20 a month is, but I
So
don't know.
$20 a month times 12 months is 240.
240.
Divide that by 60, and I know games are 70 now, but let's just go 60. It's
Mhm.
4. So that means you would have to play through 4 games at launch a year
to justify.
Mhm.
to justify the
justify.
value of Game Pass,
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of
which
people
is
aren't doing
doable.
that.
Like it is total. I play more.
Yeah, but
than
a lot
4
of people. I
games
don't think a
year,
lot of
but
people
yeah.
are.
No.
Not only that, when you're burdened with so many options, you tend to not play
It's-
anything because now you're over analyzing.
And
You're
it's just
overprocessing.
it's when you think of it like that, it's
Mhm.
not as good of a deal as it sounds.
I
Because
agree.
it's like it comes down to playing 4 games a year, and you could totally do that, and then it's like it's kind of valued right where it needs to be, right? Because otherwise you could have bought those 4 games and you own them forever now, you know?
Right.
So I don't know.
And the reality is that this is the first year that we're going to have a year. And when I say this year, I mean 2025. 2025 will be the first year that Game Pass actually has 4 AAA titles released in a single year.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so that's the other thing is that
Yeah.
Microsoft needs to keep up with that too. Like if
Oh,
they're
yeah.
expecting people to do it, you need to release more than 4 games a year for it to keep
Yeah.
its value.
Yeah. And
Which
that's
is
not
also
gonna
why
happen.
I think they did that too. Which is why I think they did the price increase. It's because they're dropping so many, like, I guess you could say, quote unquote, AAA games next year. That's why.
But
And Call of Duty.
how many subscribers do you need to make up for the fact to get this many AAA games to come out at once? You spent $69 billion. So you're starting off in the red
Mm-hmm.
in
hopes.
hopes to recoup all of that.
No, and mind you, Game Pass is in the red. Like Game Pass doesn't make money.
Yeah, I say it all the time. I say it all the time on this show. Good for consumers.
And
Bad
that's
for the
before,
industry.
yeah, and that's before you factor in the 69 billion. Game Pass is in the red before you ever factor in the fact that all these acquisitions, like the 8 billion for Bethesda, the 69 billion for Activision Blizzard King, like
Mhm.
that's before all that. So
Well-
yeah, I don't know.
And like how look at back at the games that came out on Game Pass over the past couple of years. Like, are they really that good? Like
No.
Starfield didn't hit for a lot of people.
Right.
Redfall was a disaster.
Disaster.
Yeah. So that means they
You know,
lost on development.
and that was
then
supposed to be a
still
AAA game.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes.
And
Yeah.
they closed that studio then to cut costs.
They closed a couple studios to cut costs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only games I'm like really looking forward to from Microsoft is like the next Doom game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like off the top of my head, I can't really think of any others.
Yeah.
I know what Moore is looking forward to. South of Midnight.
South of Midnight,
Sure.
baby. Most anticipated
Doom.
game.
Doom is also on his list. What else
Yeah.
is there?
Doom, South of Midnight, Perfect Dark, Fable.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark does look good. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, right? For me to look at this list from this most recent Xbox showcase, their only good showcase in like a decade. You know what I mean? It's like as soon as they release all these games next year, like 2026 is going to be a drought. It is going to be a drought.
Well, that's what happens. Like this year
Yeah.
is not a great year for games. You know,
Last year
No.
was insane.
last year was amazing.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like who? I don't even know what's going to be nominated for Game of the Year this year.
Helldivers.
Baldur's Gate.
I
Wait,
guess.
was Baldur's Gate
Baldur's
this
Gate
year?
was last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Helldivers, maybe Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I can see it. I already
Yeah.
have my list. Suicide Squad, Killer Justice League as well.
That's
God.
not going to get nominated for
God.
Game of the Year. Get out of here.
You have the Final Fantasy drop was this year.
Final Fantasy
was.
was nominated.
Final Fantasy is gonna get nominated for sure.
You have
Skull and
Wukong.
Bones,
Wukong is coming.
Wukong
Yeah.
this year. Is it gonna
Yeah.
make the cut though? Is it how close is it coming out to the Game Awards? It all
August.
depends.
It comes out August.
All right, so
Wukong.
yeah, it's gonna get nominated. If it comes out in August, it's getting nominated for sure.
I think
Anything closer, if it was closer to the time, I know,
so.
I'd
Yeah.
have to think about that. But yeah, guys, our question of the week. I'm trying to figure out what our question of the week would be, because I don't think we have any major like topics outside of like the big.
You can make it. What do you think Game of the Year is going to be?
True.
Yeah.
You know what?
There
That's
you go.
it's funny. We actually did say that last week. You know that's crazy? That's what we said the question was going to be because Solo asked the question last week. Remember, Maury?
Yes. Oh my God. Trez. Trez, you're built into the pod, dude. Like you're
Bro.
here without even being
What can
here,
I say?
sexy man.
Bro,
Oh.
that's what Solo asked last week. All right, what is your game of the year prediction? Or should I say personal game of the year? Should I make it that? And then
Nah,
have
game of the
it?
year prediction's good. It's always
Yeah.
a nice hot topic.
Yeah.
You make it personal, somebody's gonna pull out some obscure game no one's
Yeah,
ever
some
heard of.
game exactly.
Yeah. I'm good on that. I'm good on that.
Ah,
Like
right.
what was that bean game?
Oh god.
Oh my God. Oh my
What being
God.
game?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. From
Cash,
Summer
you were
Games
the
Fest.
only one that knew who this was. We thought he was
Yes.
like a chicken nugget. He's some
Was it
beam.
Oh,
Killer
it's
Bean?
Killer
Bean.
Bean, bro. Listen,
Yeah.
stop. Put some respect on Killer Bean. Please.
Killer Bean in the early
Bean.
days of like
Rebirth. I
1 or 2
was trying to
men.
tell them.
Yo, it was like I think a 2 or 3 person squad. Just they put out like
They worked
3
on the Matrix.
videos.
They worked on the Matrix.
Yeah, they did good stuff.
Are we gonna give options?
That's what I'm thinking about. Should I give options?
I think
'Cause
so.
that'll be a lot of thing if we did options.
Limited. Can you do just like 4 or 5?
Yeah, we could do 5.
Yeah, I would say do 5. I think you put Helldivers on there. I think you put FF7 Rebirth. I do think Prince of
Well,
Persia and The Lost Crown has earned its spot.
Let's see what
Helldivers
Metacritic
was one
does.
word, right?
Yeah.
Helldivers, it was 1. Yeah, Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Love that game, bro.
So
Final
fun.
Fantasy
played it
Rebirth is the highest rated game of the year so far,
Really?
Ooh, so he might win.
according to Metacritic.
Yeah, that's
According to
nuts.
Metacritic.
Number 2 is Animal Well.
What?
It's a PC game.
See, this is why you don't let people put text input, because that would show up. Someone would put that.
3 is Balatro. It's some card game.
Oh,
yeah, I know
yeah.
Balatro. Yeah, I've heard that one.
So
Uh,
Helldivers 2, Prince of Persia, Lost Crown, Final Fantasy Rebirth. What
Tekken
else?
8. Tekken 8 is up here at 90%.
It's not going up there.
No.
Tekken 8 is not winning game.
Damn.
of the
All
year.
right.
You
How
shut
about
that down quick.
Nah, Tekken 8 is not winning
No
no
shot.
game of the year. No, it's not.
No shot. No
Lorelli and the Laser Eyes?
What is that?
I have
What
You
no
know
is
what's
idea. It's
funny?
an indie
You know
game.
what's funny? It'd be crazy if something completely obscure wins the Game Awards this year, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2. Out of
Dragon's
yeah.
Dogma is a good one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely one. Yeah.
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
That could be up there.
Oh,
It's been
That's
nominated before.
Yakuza.
Yeah, some of the
Yeah.
Yakuza games.
Oh,
have been
they're also
nominated.
working on a movie, a TV show for that for Amazon.
Really.
I could see that
Yes.
if they keep it where it doesn't take itself too seriously. I can see how that could come off as an entertaining escape from reality.
Yeah, because it might be a comedy, no?
It would have to be like if this is something that's taking itself seriously, it's dead on arrival.
What
Yeah.
about
It has to be like Kung Fu Hustle kind of style.
do you
I
think
can't-
Hellblade 2 would
No.
no?
No.
I
There's
think
no way.
you don't think they're gonna consider it?
They're gonna consider it for like a category, but not game of the year. They'll consider it for like sound design or some like niche shit.
Sound
but they're
design.
not-
Yeah, I can see sound design because
Yeah.
sound
Did it not do
design
well?
is-
Oh no.
no,
Really?
it's a very short. It's a 4-hour game. That was
Oh, wow.
was sold at what, $60, 70?
Yeah, I mean it's not a 4. It's probably closer to like 6 to 7. But regardless, right? Like it's
And
very
sold at premium price.
it's sold at premium price, and
It
also like there's really no improvements to combat from the first game. Like there, and when I say there aren't really any, I mean it's actually
yeah,
a,
it's
a degrade.
$50 on Steam.
$50. So, here
Yeah.
we go. All right. So, what is your game of the year prediction? Here we go. Helldivers 2, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Final Fantasy Rebirth, Dragon's Dogma, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Those are the
Make sure-
5.
And like look at these games. Like
Hey,
they're,
hey,
they're
real
nothing
quick,
special. You know?
and nothing special.
do Dragon's Dogma 2. You missed the 2.
Yeah, 2.
Where Dragon's
Fourth
Dogma
option.
2.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
There you go. No, you good. So yeah, that's it. Because I don't think I can add any more anyway.
No, not
chat.
because everything else is unreleased so far.
Yeah. So guys, chat, hop on over to the Gamer Actual YouTube channel. Go answer on that poll, please, 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 please. It is now posted. It's now alive. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I should extend that to the panel as well if they all want to vote. I don't know. But yeah.
Okay, you and I are gonna fight, Cash.
Yeah, it's time for you to go, Reaper.
No, not that.
What?
You're telling people to go over to the YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Where's your button so that it dumps the YouTube text into your chats, my guy?
Oh, I do have it. Don't I do?
Dude.
I think I do.
Reaper just clutched up though. He sent it through. Wow.
Yeah, he
A
did.
man of
Yo,
solutions.
shout out to
Make sure you click on the community tab.
yes, please. And I love Trez too. You see that?
There
See
you
that?
go.
Sexy man. God, we got some sexy gents in the chat. LFG. LFG.
Yeah.
And to stop it.
I think Rebirth's gonna win. And I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, but
Yeah, I feel like it might win too.
It looks very good. I used to be a Final Fantasy fan, but the amount of time Final Fantasy games take, I'm not willing to devote to many games anymore. So I haven't gotten into the remake series. But every time I see someone playing it, the amount, like how we were looking at that game and the amount of that indie game, video. No, even the game. When we're looking at that game and the amount of detail in the world,
Yeah.
the detective game,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, the remake games is absurd. Like
Yeah.
I don't understand why they even put that much detail. I'm like, you guys realize you're coming from a blocky game. You didn't have to. You didn't have to do all of this. I don't even want to know what the dev cost is. They probably haven't even made back all their money yet.
No.
Did they? I don't think they did.
They didn't. That's part of why Square Enix split
Yeah.
off from the Sony.
Yeah, from
shit.
Sony. Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't make because I really feel like exclusivity is definitely dying out.
100%. Yeah.
It's not because it's not selling consoles anymore. I don't think.
Even Sony realizes it. They're putting their games out on PC.
Yeah, and it's day and date. They're doing day and date now, bro.
I mean, yeah, with live service titles, I still think there's such value in keeping your God of War exclusive for 2 years.
I can see it. And the PC market is patient enough; they'll get it when it drops. So you don't have to do that.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
I like almost never buy a game when it comes out. I'm like, that looks great. Wait till it's on sale on Steam. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I get
in
it.
6 months it'll be 20% off or 25% off.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's the only weird comment that came out of Sony camp was, "Oh, we're putting these games out in hopes that when they get a taste of Spider-Man or other exclusives, they won't be able to wait and will buy a PlayStation 5 to get the next one when it comes out."
No.
I'm going to spend graphics.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say PC players are the most patient bunch of people I've ever fucking met.
Yeah, because
They don't give a
know
shit.
Yeah, because they know it's the,
We'll play whatever's in our backlog until that game goes on sale.
Exactly. And trust me, we got a fucking backlog. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, like, hell
PC
of a
guys,
backlog.
bro. You guys are like, what? I'm gonna go out and spend $500 on a PS5. How many games can I get in a Steam summer sale with $500? That's what you're thinking to yourselves. You're not buying a PS5. You are not the
Right.
audience. No.
Mhm.
Not at all. Not only am I buying games from me, sometimes you can buy a game pack. This is a smart thing Valve did. You can buy a game pack and gift your friends, if it's a 4-player game, the other 3 keys.
Right.
No way.
Yeah, so you'll sometimes it'd be a sale like, oh, it's a 4-player sale. You'll spend $25, get 4 games. One's for you, gift 3 your friends the others.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, side note, guys, right now, Punk and Big Bird are now fighting for finals in Street
Wait,
Fighter
Big Bird
6.
came back out of losers?
Yeah, he came back out.
No.
Yeah,
Big Bird never went to Angry Bird.
No,
went to
Angry Bird. Angry Bird got kicked out yesterday, bro.
Oh, damn.
Angry Bird, Mena is gone. Both of them are done. They placed. Angry Bird got placed 7th. Mena placed 13th, I think, or 19th. One of the two. They were out early. Like this, the top 6 this year looks totally different. Totally different. It's looking like a tense matchup. But anyways, guys, tonight was awesome as always. Love y'all, bro. Love the chat. Love you, Reaper. Really do.
Thanks for having me.
Love your Trez. I really do.
Thanks for having me.
Maury.
You know, yeah, I'm pretty mid. I'm pretty okay. Yeah, I'm about as good as the Halo show. I get it. I'm all right.
I'm joking. I love you, bro. But yo, thank you guys as always. Tonight was dope. We will be uploading because I want to start doing more shorts. I've been kind of dropping the ball on shorts. So I wanna that kind of sounds weird. But anyways, I'm trying to like bring up a lot more production on the shorts material because I realize people actually do like the shorts content. It's doing pretty well on YouTube. So I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
doing that. And it also helps the long form video because I realize the conversion is actually pretty high. We've had people click on shorts and then go straight to full episodes just because they want to see what's going on over there. So we're gonna keep doing that as well. But again, thank you guys for all the support. Shout outs to our guest hosts and shout outs to the homie Maury. Until next time, we're gonna rate out. I don't know who are we rating out to, guys. Let's rate out to Jolty J.
Quick
Nice,
cash.
dope. Yep.
Quick question. Do you want
Oh,
to do
my
the
bad.
affiliate?
My bad.
Okay.
Do the affiliate links before we rate our guys. Don't go nowhere.
Let's do. Are we rating right now?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, thank God.
You could go ahead.
Okay. No, I was just going to say really quickly, just seconding what Cash said. Reaper and Trez, thanks for being here. Great conversation. Thank you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. And thank you to the chat for giving your time to us. You could spend it anywhere here on Twitch, but you chose to spend it with the Gamer Actual crew, and we appreciate your time. And now for the affiliate link, the singular affiliate link tonight, and that is Fanatical. Fanatical is the one-stop shop for over 1 million passionate gamers like you. Whether you're craving the latest AAA titles, hunting for indie gems, or searching for incredible deals on your favorite games, Fanatical has you covered. With a massive selection and unbeatable prices, you're sure to get your gaming fix. Just click the link in the show notes of this podcast.
There you go.
Boom. There we go.
Professional.
There we go. Yeah.
I try.
What was that? Oh, I thought you said something, Reaper. My bad. But yeah, we're
I
gonna
just
rate
called him a
out.
professional. I'm not allowed to compliment the man.
No, no, Maury gets no compliment.
No.
That's how we keep him here.
Sure.
Anyways, we're rating out to Jolty J's currently playing Guilty Gear Strive. I need to get back into that game. Really do. I keep getting my ass beat. But we're gonna rate out. Catch you guys later. Peace out. Good night.
Night.
I know I forgot something. The music. Yeah, I put the music on before we go out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, hear anything? No, right?
Oh, I do now.
Have a good night, chat. Love y'all.